Hello. Broadcasting live from beautiful Midtown Manhattan, where on a clear night you can almost see the temperature rising in the Middle East because Israel is lighting up Palestine like a Hanukkah candelabra. It's the Ron and Fez Show, and I'm your announcer, Joe Pooh. And now let's introduce your hosts, the guys who are glad Geraldo is carrying a gun. At least now he'll have protection against friendly fire. Here they are, Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley, radio's talk show cowboy.
Where are we going, Hawk? Where are we going?
Good evening, buddies.
It's the Ron and Fez Show. I'm Ron. Look over there in the orange jacket. It's Fez.
That's for my own protection.
Fez and I talking about another big bet between the two of us. Who goes down first, Arafat or Bin Laden? It's kind of exciting.
Give me the fat.
Who gets whacked first? It's, there's no way to find out about that, though, Fezzy. I'm betting on the Israelis.
Yeah.
I'm betting on the Israelis. They're bidding the people.
Another wacky day in the Middle East.
They're taking care of bidding it. All right, it is the Ron and Fez Show, 877-692-1027. We talked about Fez wearing his orange vest, which he will do till the end of deer season because Fez is a little paranoid.
Yes. Deer season starts off in New Jersey.
Right.
The first day of their 6-day open deer season. The opening day yesterday, 2 people shot. 1 killed.
I don't think they hunt in Manhattan, though, Fuzzy, so you'd be fairly safe.
I'm not taking any chances. I want to be seen.
We did have a deer in Manhattan this year that got hit by a car.
Oh, that's right, see? Those Jersey hunters would be stalking that
right.
thing. Over the bridges, through the tunnel.
Be very quiet. We're hunting Bambi.
That's deer thieving.
All right, how did these people... One guy got killed, another wounded, first day of deer season.
Right, let's see. One guy hunting with his son. The father gets killed.
Wow.
In Glassboro. And another guy in Burlington County, he gets shot in the stomach, where he was then taken by helicopter to Trenton. He's in serious condition.
It's not that difficult to realize while you're hunting, you don't shoot at a bush that's moving or a tree that's swaying. You want to have a damn good shot at that deer because you want to bring them down in one shot.
Sure.
You don't want to make the poor deer suffer.
Right.
So really be sure that you've got a deer in your sights. Is that so difficult?
My brother Corky goes deer hunting every year. And usually doesn't get anything. One time him and his redneck friend spotted something out in the woods. It was a deer. And they all opened fire on this creature so badly, there was no way to enjoy any of the meat. But at least they enjoyed the kill. They just riddled the thing like Scarface.
They Scarfaced his ass. The deer's just sitting there, moving back and forth.
Takes one in the forehead.
It's a bizarre situation out there, Fuzzy. Because, obviously you have to do, deer have to be pruned, if you will.
Right, yeah.
There's too many deer out there as it is.
Right.
So we do need the hunters. But you can't be shooting each other, fellas.
And New Jersey just bragging that last year was their safest year ever on record.
154 hunters killed.
Down from 2,000.
All right, some of these, a lot of times with a hunting death in New Jersey, and some of these I wonder if they're even hunting deaths since the guy was bound and gagged. Then I'm thinking they knew that was a guy.
Sure. You're not going to find a deer all tied up.
Now,
can't we... deer cut off.
Can't they run some kind of public service.
Right, you know, that's what they're trying to do. They're making the first-time hunters take a safety course, which...
Normally, that's for kids. Your first-time hunters, you're what, 12 or 13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Here's Eric. Eric has a comment on this. Eric, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, how are you guys? Listen, card number 11363.
Yeah.
Hooah! Thank you. I think the first thing to do is identify what a deer looks like, that it's a deer and not a cow.
All right, now, most of those cows getting shot, that's urban myth, I understand.
I don't know.
Or suburban myth in this. Maybe even a rural myth. But there's really not as many cows shot. And most of those things get shot on purpose because some guy's a little bit loaded. But you shouldn't drink and hunt.
Right.
Maybe that could be, some kind of, please don't drink and hunt.
Yeah, they're going to have to start doing the public service announcements.
Right.
In order to nip this in the bud now so we don't have more...
Nip it!
So...
Yeah.
Don't shoot cows, don't tip deers.
Right,
something
in that
like
order.
That,
in that order.
If it moves, you lose.
If it moves, you lose.
Don't shoot it.
And literally, I'm gonna, say this: I'd rather eat steak than deer meat. So,
right.
I'd rather eat that than venison. So I wouldn't really mind if, one of my family members shot a cow if they butchered it on the spot.
But you shoot one of those humans, you don't get to keep it.
No, they don't.
No.
You can't keep it.
No. They're under the limit or something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tom.
How are you?
Yeah.
See, I live out in not West Jersey, but North Central Jersey. I grew up in a town called Bernardsville. 6 or 7 years ago, there were 5 deaths within the same town. Dude was shot in his dining room, hanging Christmas tree lights or something like that. It's unbelievable. And one guy was on his roof. These morons, they don't understand. Go ahead, shoot deer, okay.
All right, here's the situation. We know for a fact that the chances are, if they're on the roof, it's not a deer. Hanging Christmas lights, it's probably not a deer. We've got to put these, Fezzy, in those public service announcements.
Yeah, you got to get the word out. If it's hanging lights, don't shoot it. You got to know, deers don't use electricity. Maybe put that on some signs out on the nature trails where they're hunting.
Here's Richard. Richard, you're on Ron and Fez.
Deers don't decorate.
Richard.
Oh, hello?
Yeah.
Richard!
How you doing?
Good, what can we do for you?
Sorry, I'm no animal lover or nothing like that.
Yeah.
All these fools running around and out there, these guys are hunting for sport or whatever, right? Couple of them get shot. Hey, who's shooting who? The deer ain't shoot them. They shot themselves. They deserve what they get.
So you're saying good people died?
Well, depends on the type of person.
See, that can't be the public service announcement.
Right, yeah. The guy hanging ornaments on his roof, he wasn't out hunting. He didn't deserve it.
Yeah, he didn't deserve it. That's true.
All right, see you later. So you're not even paying attention to this, Richard. And a good public service thing is going to protect us all.
Mm-hmm.
As here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John.
Hey, guys, what's going on tonight?
Yeah, good.
I just want to make a little comment. It's our fault in New Jersey that there's so many deer. We provide the perfect habitat for this deer, and this is why we're having such a deer problem, why they're so out of control.
I don't understand.
How are we providing the deer habitat?
Deer like something called an ecotone, which is the difference between the forest and that's why they keep getting hit by the highway. That's their perfect terrain, because they go into the forest to hide, but they come out into the lawns and graze when they want to eat.
So what would you have us do?
Pave our lawns.
Excuse me?
Pave our lawns?
Well, no, you can't do that, but the point is we do so much cutting down. We make the perfect environment for this deer, so they keep breeding. So it's like this deer...
Should we, maybe we should do? Put poison out there.
Well, it's actually what they've tried to do is sterilize the male deer.
Yeah.
That didn't work. They tried to actually neuter the female deer. That didn't work, because all it takes is one male buck, and he goes wild in the deer population.
Yeah, there's definitely too many deer. You can't say that there's not anybody who drives at night in New Jersey, and actually anywhere right now on the East Coast. You're a little bit scared at night because there's a lot of accidents. Pennsylvania, tons of them on the turnpike on 80 and stuff like that.
Exactly. They're going there because they're going out for the food. They come out at night.
Yeah.
They're going grazing for some food because it's safer, and then they go back into the forest for the shelter.
All right, thanks, John.
Take care, guys.
The thing we've done through development is we've made the only comfortable place for the deers to live our own homes.
That's interesting.
They're only comfortable in our houses now.
Hey,
Thanks to urban sprawl.
right. Hey, Monty, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Yeah.
Monty.
Hey, I think if the deer has to stand up to take a leak,
Yeah.
then it's probably not a deer.
Right. How about this, Monty?
Yeah.
If it has a zipper, it's not a deer.
Right, okay.
Just post some of these signs
Right.
somewhere.
That's it. Or maybe billboards, Fez?
Right. As you're driving out to go hunting, just these public service announcements
Yeah.
that you can put somewhere the hunters are going to see them.
Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Card number 7573.
Yeah, buddy.
I got a slogan.
Yeah.
If it's driving a truck, it ain't a buck.
I love that.
You dumb.
Yeah, I love
yeah.
that.
Oh,
You dumb
sorry,
F.
dumb F.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you dumb F. If it's driving a truck, it ain't a buck. You dumb F.
Mm-hmm. What we need to do is make it personal. You know, like when we shoot each other, the deer win.
I like that.
Yeah. Something, you know, just to make it us against them.
Right.
So that we're not turning on each other with our hunting rifles.
Hey, Vinny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Vinny.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'm curious to know if the coroner straps the dead guy to the hood of the car.
No, good point. If you kill a fellow hunter, you can't keep him.
Right. You don't get to mount a human head on your wall.
Right. Or do we just have like a picture of a hunter and a big no, the international no slash there?
Right. No shooting these guys.
Right.
That's the thing. Maybe, please, just shoot things with antlers. That makes it easy.
Right.
If something doesn't have antlers,
Right.
don't shoot at it.
Or if it doesn't have antlers and it's wearing pants, definitely don't shoot at it.
Mm-hmm. If this creature is actually talking in English,
Don't shoot.
don't shoot. If it talks, don't shoot.
Let's even say no matter what the language is,
Sure.
just to make sure we're not getting Spanish maids shot out there.
Wonder what they're doing out there.
Yeah. How about this? If the deer is carrying a gun, it's probably not a deer.
Right, because they have hooves, not hands.
Right.
So that's one way to tell.
All right, here's one. Waiting for a school bus. Probably not a deer.
Right. Don't shoot anything waiting for a school bus. Deers don't go to school.
I don't even think we need the deers don't go to school.
I think you have to make it as specific as possible.
All right, here's one. If it can shoot back, don't shoot it.
Sure.
Some of your slogans, Fuzzy, just go on too long.
Bullets were meant for God's creatures,
Right.
not people.
Hmm.
Just remember that. That's a little something to take with you.
Wait a minute. Let me even get that straight. Are you saying that we're not God's creatures?
We're people. And bullets were meant for God's creatures.
Right. All right, here's Rocky. Rocky, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, rookie.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
How about if it's smoking a cigarette, it's probably not a deer.
I like that, Fez. Now, I don't want to get a lot of hunters who don't smoke shot, though. That's a problem there.
Officer, that man does not even have cigarettes on him. I was perfectly within my legal right to shoot him.
All right, Fingerbank says, what if we just put, hey, stupid, just make sure it's a deer. I don't like the stupid thing there. All right, Jimmy says on the instant feedback, if it yells, hey, I'm not a deer, it's not a deer.
Sure, that could be the whole slogan. Just ask. Are you a deer?
Yeah.
Just ask. Like, just say no.
Right.
Just ask.
Just ask first.
Are you a deer?
A Dream 855 says, shoot the deer and not the queers. That would help you, Fuzzy.
I'm still going to wear the orange vest.
Sure. Well, you do that all year round anyway.
It looks great.
Hey, Matt.
Aren't you glad you wore orange?
Aren't you glad you're not a deer?
The deers are the only ones that are safe.
What if they start wearing orange? That would be so smart of them. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, big ass 2030.
If it's dressed like a hoe, it ain't a doe.
I like that.
Right.
That'll protect some of our women hunters.
Yeah. If it's wearing a hat, don't shoot where it's at. Because the deer won't wear a hat.
Right, anymore.
Unless you kind of squish it in between the antlers, then it's just going to look ridiculous.
All right, Kelly wants this to be the slogan. Even if they're in the woods, at night, in the dark, and digging a shallow grave without a flashlight, it still might not be a deer. I don't want to see a lot of mafia guys shot out there by mistake. All right, Jersey Dan says, what about this motto? If it's drinking Busch beer in a can, has a camo vest on, with rolls hanging out the front, and one of those woolly ear flap hats, it's not a deer.
I like the psst.
Yeah.
Psst. Make sure that's a deer you're shooting.
Now, the deer started this. I mean, they started it with their overpopulation.
Mm-hmm. But now, in irony of all ironies, we're thinning out our own population.
Right. That's what gets to me.
That's the odd thing. The whole reason for this is to thin out the deer.
Right.
We're the ones being thinned.
All right,
We've been cursed thinner.
Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Chris.
Hey. What's up? How about look twice, fire once?
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a little mathematical equation.
Right. How about 2 legs equals no bullets? 0 bullets.
Love you guys.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Love you, too.
I get
uncomfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a little uncomfortable. Hey, Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yo.
Yeah.
If it's drinking beer, it ain't a deer.
Very good. I like that one. If it's drinking beer. Although
what if it was drinking beer from a puddle? Someone had spilled a beer, and the little fawn is over there licking up the beer.
That would be great. Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hello?
Yeah.
How about if it just says, please don't shoot me, don't shoot it?
All right, that's a good point there.
Right, yeah. Or if you take it a little bit further, if your target says, ouch, it's too late. And you don't want to get to that point.
If it's got 2 antlers, use 2 barrels.
But here's the thing. We know they're already ready to shoot. We want them to hold off, Joe. We want them to think human first.
Right, and your 2 antler thing, that eliminates the unicorns.
Do we need them?
Okay.
No, that's the point. You might get a unicorn out there.
I hope.
How about just something nice, like hunters are deer. D-E-A-R, not D-E-E-R. You could spell that out nicely on signs.
That's a little faggy, though. Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, if it's wearing camo, put down the ammo.
I like that. Fezzy. And it keeps it stylish.
Sure.
Of course, once again, I don't want you to shoot some guy who's wearing a Rutgers sweatshirt. Some guys don't get completely dressed up.
Yeah. I mean, all right, here's one that's easy for everyone to remember.
Yeah.
Just because it's brown doesn't mean you shoot it.
All right, good point.
Right? Just don't automatically assume, oh, it wasn't orange, it was brown, I can shoot it.
And have you noticed, Fezzy, this is a lot of white-on-white crime out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's stop human-on-human crime.
Right.
Kill deer.
Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey.
Hey, John.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, if it smells like cologne, leave it alone.
I like that one.
Okay.
Except for not everybody wears cologne. And
Right.
I don't want a guy shot, he's not wearing Brute, and you go, well, then he's obviously a deer.
Yeah, and there was that guy on Crazy Videos who sprinkled himself in deer urine and ended up getting punched out by the buck.
He got humped.
That thing was just hoofing him.
All right, here's one Jenny sent us. If it's painting the house, it's probably not a deer.
That's true.
It's your wife.
None of the targets are going to be on a ladder, per se. None of the proper targets will be on a ladder. Shoot Bambi's mother, not your own.
I like that one.
That'd be good. Because everyone identifies with that.
Sure.
Hunter and non-hunter alike.
Right. Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
What's happening?
What can we do for you, Mikey?
All right, if you're not Robert De Niro or Christopher Walken, then you should not be a deer hunter.
Well, we have to go out and hunt deer. That's,
But what if you put the poison down, and then you kill a deer, and then you eat the deer, then you get poisoned too?
You're not even making sense, Mike. Your theories are insane.
Yeah, let's remember it's the deer we hate.
Right.
Let's remember it's the deer we hate.
Write it down. You feel so good about it, write it down, Fez. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, all right, I got it.
Yeah.
If it's aiming back at you.
Not a deer?
We lost him.
He got
I don't know
shot.
how that was going to finish.
He panicked. Hey, Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
I got two ones.
Yeah.
If it's got a tail under his baseball cap, it's probably a deer, so shoot it.
No.
Oh, no,
Whoa.
no.
That could be a rapper. That could be a hip-hop star.
Yeah, it's just someone with a tail.
And second one, if you see an act of bestiality, shoot the one with 4 legs.
Smart one. That way we're not getting a bunch of deer humpers shot.
Yes. Protect the deer humpers this year.
Right. Hey, Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, how you doing? I got one. If it walks upright, don't shoot. It's not right.
Good call.
Right.
Okay, upright and not right. That's his big thing.
How about this year we fawn over people?
I don't get that.
You shoot fawn over people.
Oh, I thought that was a tie-in with Fawn Hall somehow. I know you love to go back to that era.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I go, we can't shoot Fawn Hall.
Hawk, bring me my paper shredder for that joke.
All right, here's Greg. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Greg. Greg?
If it shoots
Easy, take it easy. It's not, you know.
if it spits on your pizza pie, shoot the effer in the eye.
All right, see, that's you, Joe Pool.
Sam, people hate you
That's
now.
you
I'm not a
getting-
deer. You certainly aren't. You're not even much of a sweetheart. Pizza humper.
Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, John.
If it's holding an arrow and bow, it's not a doe.
I like that. It could be Ted Nugent.
That's true.
I wouldn't even mind getting Ted Nugent in on this.
Yeah, I know. What's his... He's very pro-hunting. Everyone knows that. What's his take on people shooting each other?
Oh, he's against it.
I would hope so. I would like to think that. But if he would just have some advice on how not to do it.
Hey, Sal.
So much.
You know what? Actually, he thought that if we all had guns, each of us, this September 11th attack never would have taken place.
Oh, all right,
Hey,
Sweaty
you know.
Teddy.
Hey, Sal, you're on Ron and Fez.
Can't shoot planes out of a sky with a gun.
We can try.
Go ahead.
And, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John.
How do, boys?
Hey, buddy.
How about, since it's Christmas time, if it looks like blitzing, don't be blasting.
Well, no, you want to be
you would
shooting
be
the deer.
blasting blitzing.
Yeah. You're confused, and you think we're trying to get people not to shoot deer. We're trying to get them not to shoot hunters.
You can stack up the deer bodies like firewood. It's people I'd like to see quit getting shot in Jersey.
I'm not so sure about that.
Why don't we just stack them up like deer carcasses? Why they gotta stack them up like firewood?
It's neater. It's a tidier pile.
Hey, Eddie, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Eddie.
All right, here's one. Don't start a shooting because they may be a tootin'.
Are you saying they're out there with a bindle snorting lines?
Could be.
Okay.
It's got to be more mass appeal. Your stuff is a little too esoteric.
Right. It's not, shoot antlers, not uncles. Something like that.
I don't even get that one.
That they can all get
Oh,
behind.
antlers, like ant.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
uh-huh.
cute then.
Oh, yeah. And everyone can identify.
That's what we really need to, deer are our enemy. That's what we got to get out there, Fez.
Mm-hmm. 877-692-1027.
Les, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Les.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
If it's constantly bitching at you and won't give you any sex, shoot her.
Yeah, that can't get on the air. That can't get on the air.
I don't even think it rhymed.
No. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike. Yeah.
How about if it's on your lawn, it could be a fawn?
All right, we're just confusing.
Well, that could be the mailman, the garbage man, school children.
Yeah, you're just confusing people.
Anyone could end up on your lawn.
I don't think the Jersey callers get this, Fuzzy. It's like the New York callers know where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
The Jersey callers still want to shoot anything that moves.
I think now we're starting to get to the root of the problem of why hunters keep getting shot. Opening day of New Jersey deer season.
Yeah.
1 man killed, 1 man wounded, being shot in the stomach.
All right, here's one from Plaid sent into us, Fezzi. Shoot deer equal good. Shoot people equal bad.
Nice, simple, to the point. Send that to the governor-elect.
Right. Robert, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, if it's brown, knock it down.
What
I
about
mean that literally?
What about Puerto Ricans?
You don't want to knock them down.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, again, the Jersey callers aren't picking up where we're going with this.
Sure. They're more delighted in the people getting shot and or hurt.
Harry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Harry.
Hey guys, I have one. If it's pumping gas, do not blast.
All right, I like that very much.
Okay.
Because a deer, Fezzi, rarely would pump gas.
Right. As much as they try.
Yeah. You know why, right? Hooves.
Uh-huh.
They have hooves.
Until gas pumps are made hoof-friendly.
Right.
You know that it's only going to be a human pumping gas.
And because we have what?
We have an opposable thumb.
An opposable thumb.
Yes.
And that's why we
digits to grasp with.
And, you know, people that...
And to make crude tools.
Right. Well, anymore, they're really nice. They started as, as crude. Now, they're pretty sophisticated.
Oh, yeah. A hammer's still kind of goofy.
Well, sure, but can you come up with anything better?
It beats a rock.
All right, but we're getting off the point here, Fez. Again, we're trying to convince these Jersey people, when you hunt, don't shoot each other.
Yeah, don't be dumb. Look for the opposable thumb.
That could be nice.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Don't shoot.
You're going to have to get in close, though, to check.
Don't shoot anything that has an opposable thumb.
All right. Is that too much to ask for, New Jersey, as we try to get through 6 lousy days of open deer season?
Right. 6 days, we've got to kill enough deer so the rest of us can drive safely on the roads.
Right, and they're already 2 up on us.
Right.
With 2 humans getting shot.
Are you saying we haven't killed any deer, but there's 2 humans down?
I've seen no reports of any deer being captured or shot.
All right, 877-692-1027. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez.
You're scaring me. Stop it.
1027 WNEW.
Today Ted Nugent killed all the animals. Today Ted Nugent killed all the animals. He did it so he could bond with his male friends. He did it so they could broadcast it on ESPN. And when the news hit the wire, Greenpeace activists were crying in their hankies. They hadn't heard anything so awful since the first record by damn Yankees. It was the day Ted Nugent killed all the animals. The day Ted Nugent killed all the animals. Imagine that. The Motor City Madman in your backyard stalking your cat. Scratch fever. And Bob Barker cried, Ricky Lake tried to save him. Noah turned right around in his grave and they were all dead, but he was still Ted. He did it with his bow in hand, sitting up north in the open air. He did it for the Michigan militia. He did it for Fred Bear. It was the day Ted Nugent killed all the animals. The day Ted Nugent killed all the animals, 'cause he had so much respect for wildlife. He started tipping over goldfish bowls and chasing Bambi's mom with a knife, which is the equivalent to having so much admiration for an art museum that you burn all the paintings as soon as you see them. It was the day Ted Nugent killed all the animals. The day Ted Nugent killed all the animals. Raccoons get in the garbage. Kill them. Baby seals are too cute. Kill them. Squirrels. Yum. Kill them. Orangutans. Wang dang that orangutan. Kill them. He killed them all, big and small, so he could put their heads up on his wall. It was the day Ted Nugent killed all the animals.
We're on a Fez.
Nice tune. Who was that masked man who came in with that fun little song?
What's the name on that one? Wally Pleasant.
All right, Wally. Sure was pleasant. All right, here is, a lot of different ideas for helping the hunters learn not to shoot the other hunters.
Right. It's the first day yesterday of a 6-day open deer season in New Jersey. One man shot dead while he's out hunting with his son. Another man shot and wounded in the stomach in serious condition.
Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Matt. Matt?
Matt's gone.
Matt.
Lauren, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Lauren.
Guys?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, dear.
Oh, okay. A lot of distortion there. Hey, before I give you my slogan, I was wondering, staying on the topic, would you like to hear a little whistling of a reindeer song?
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I was thinking about, if it's got a gun, let it run.
If it's got a gun, let it run. Okay, thanks. Because a deer's not going to have a gun.
Exactly. And they're not that advanced.
We'll be able to educate the hunters in New Jersey not to shoot each other. Tom, you're on the Run of Fez.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, I'm thinking, if it dresses in drag, it ain't a stag.
All right, that's a good one.
Okay. Yeah, because where's a stag going to find clothes and size?
Here's one. If it's not on a Segway, then feel free to shoot away. That'll be good probably in a couple years, but right now, are there enough Segways?
No,
Yeah.
No, the Segway people mover.
Yeah.
Right now, there's just a crazy kid in Queens who's got one.
Right.
His name's the Hawk.
And he's doing great with it.
How about this? If it doesn't have a fuzzy ass, do not blast. Stretch?
Yeah, here's the thing. What about Italian hunters?
Right.
They're going
to end up taking one right in the buttock.
Right. Frank, you're on Run of Fez.
Hello, Frank.
I'm sorry, I lost Frank there, too. Here is John. John, you're on Run of Fez.
John, are you there? Johnny?
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
I
Johnny.
I agree with you guys about the New Jersey callers kind of having a hard time understanding the whole concept.
Right. Of not shooting people, yes.
Yeah, I think a good way to, a good saying for them to help them understand might be if they, have a real hairy back or wearing a tank top and working on a Camaro, probably not a deer.
Very good.
Yes, the hairy back, yes, could be a deer, but add in the tank top and Camaro, definitely not a deer.
My cousin.
All right, here is one from
Tara
Dan.
Lipinski?
Fezzi, here's one from Dan from Hoboken. It says, if you shoot a hunter instead of a deer, you might be a redneck. Okay, you're doing a whole different bit here now, Dan.
Yeah.
That's the wonderful Jeff Foxworthy.
Ron says dejectedly.
Here is Tracy. Tracy, you're on Run of Fez. Yeah.
I've got, if you have 4 legs and antlers, go on a blasting.
Go on a blasting.
I don't get it. Here is Dino. Dino, you're on Run of Fez.
Dino.
Yeah.
Dino.
Deer don't kill people, hunters do.
All right, that's helpful, I guess.
All right. It makes people think. That's a think piece.
All right, Al Dukes, which one of these do you like the best? Which one do you find the most... You're from Jersey, right?
Yes, I am.
Which one do you find most enjoyable?
Actually, I don't find any of them enjoyable.
You're not happy?
No, not really funny.
What's not funny to you?
The hunting thing. Killing deer and all that.
Right. We're trying to stop hunters from being shot now.
From killing other hunters.
Right.
Right.
Which I hope is by accident.
Yeah.
But all the other ones are about shooting the deer.
Right. We're not saying shoot deer. We're saying don't shoot hunters. Are you somebody who you don't like deer hunting?
No, not at all.
I thought you were from Jersey.
I am from Jersey, but I would never hunt.
All right, now, when you're driving around in Jersey, don't you see plenty of deer there?
Yeah, I do see occasionally.
Almost scary amounts of deer sometimes? They're running out in the road. They're in people's trash.
Yeah, I see them on the side of the road sometimes dead.
Right, which is probably an inhumane way of
it's an awful
getting
way.
it.
It's an awful way, Fez, because they don't die right away there.
Right, they're going to lay there and suffer on broken hooves.
Instead of you go out one day with your big 30-06, your big deer hunting rifle, and you put one behind the deer's ear, it's going to die peacefully. Almost like it's going to sleep, Fezzy.
Wow.
When you see a deer get shot in a really nice neck shot or something, they'll just... they
let out a yawn?
They yawn, and they kind of lay on their side, and they fluff up some grass. And you just see them cozy into that grass, and off they go to sleep.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It just seems very barbaric to go in the woods and just start blasting animals.
What do you mean barbaric?
It's like you're in the Stone Age or something. Going and shooting.
You know we didn't have guns in the Stone Age.
What are you, a vegetarian?
No, I'm not a vegetarian.
All right, so you don't have to say anything barbaric about eating a steak.
Well, I don't go in and slaughter it and then drag it out of the woods.
But somebody does. Somebody slaughters it.
Right, but they're raised to be meat, those cows.
So that's a worse life than if you are living in the wild, you have a full life, and then you get killed, what, maybe a year before you would on your own anyway?
But this
rather than being stuck in a pen?
But this is going into where they live, to their homes, and just shooting them.
So you're saying it's a home invasion?
I don't understand what your beef is.
My beef is people that enjoy just going in and shooting animals.
Your beef is beef.
I don't know why people enjoy doing that. Getting the guys together and then going into the woods and shooting animals.
Is it because no one ever invited you, Al?
No, I would never go.
You want to go deer hunting?
Never.
Me, you, Fezzy, Joe Pooh, we go out and we kill us a deer.
No.
We get you your first one. I'll tell you what we do, Fez.
What do we do?
Al kills it, then we cut the deer's chest open, and Al has to bite the heart.
Yeah.
And then you'll take the spirit of the deer. See, my people, the Native Americans, Fezzy.
They're your people?
Well, not so much my people, but my people conquered their land. And that's what they believe.
So you know each other.
That when you would bite the heart of that animal, you would take on its spirit.
Uh-huh.
And I live with that. Here's Andrew. Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Andrew.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong with Al Dukes? The other day I'm driving on Route 78, 3 o'clock in the morning. There are deer in the middle of the road. I almost got killed.
Right.
You know, it's crazy.
Now,
the odd thing was that deer actually had eyes like a deer in the headlights.
My family lives in a kind of a rural section in Maryland now. Both cars, both my dad and my sister, have both slammed into deer in the middle of the night because they'll just come flying out at you.
Ow, that's a dangerous situation.
Yeah. They have to be pruned.
No, but there are other ways to control the deer population.
Are you saying
shooting them?
Are you saying shoot them from helicopters? What are you saying? I don't understand.
No, I'm saying there's got to be other ways.
All right, what are the other ways? Deer condoms?
No, like sterilize the deer.
How is that not barbaric?
You're
going to go up to a wild animal and snip off his balls. I say, let me live my life, humping and pumping and eating corn and whatever I do, and then put one in the back of my head when I'm not looking.
Magic flying corn.
I mean, all these deer that are getting into the roads, they were here before we paved and put roads in.
Oh, where do you want to go? Back to your native land of Nowheresville? Where are your people from anyway? You have no idea, right?
No idea.
Yeah.
He's Al of Noxley.
Well, I'll tell you what to do. Move your folks out of their house, and I'll put 8 deer in there. And they'll live comfortably.
And you sit in your dad's chair.
You say, I feel so bad about us taking their land. We have turned our house over to deer. That would be great to me.
Didn't I just see a deer driving the Dukes' car?
Yes, you didn't hear? They moved out.
Now, I have the feeling of this. I don't think Al really dislikes anything other than hunters because he didn't fit in with that crowd. You know what I'm saying, Fez?
Yeah,
they usually see hunters as rednecks.
Oh,
or,
definitely.
You know.
I think you're stereotyping.
Like white trash.
Why would they be white trash? Because they kill their own food?
No, but I mean, they'll go into the woods for days without bathing. They rub that deer scent all over them to attract the deer. Oh, it's just very dirty.
So your problem is with dirty people.
Right. Hey, what if clean, really attractive men went out, really, really styled, and shot a deer? Would you dig it then?
No, because they're still shooting the animal.
Nick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Yeah.
Listen, we gotta kill deer because, how do you call us? Guys, I'm a first-time caller, that's why I'm like this.
All right, why do we got to kill the deer, Nick?
Because they hold on ticks and all that kind of stuff, and if we don't kill them, there's gonna be too much of those animals, and it's gonna be bad for the environment. So we have to kill them.
All right, here's another thing. They carry around these deer tick, Fezzy.
Oh, yeah. You ever get bit by a tick?
No, I have not.
Yeah, well, you want Lyme's disease? We never had any Lyme disease till there was too many deer.
Then we're getting the deer tick, followed by the Lyme's disease.
Now, maybe
I'm itching. I'm just itching.
Now, maybe I'm a little too far on the right on this, but I'd shoot a deer in a petting zoo. I'd walk up in front of the kids and put 2 in the back of its head just so I could stop Lyme disease.
And pin a note to it. Send this to your ticks.
I think I got a little bit myself right now. Hey, Nellie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Nellie.
Hi.
Hi.
Go ahead, dear.
I think it's more humane to hunt the deer because more deer die by getting hit by cars.
They get hit by cars and they also starve.
Yeah, because there are so many deer.
Now,
she's presenting this to her class tomorrow, so she wants to run it by us.
And here's the other thing, Al. We, by moving into New Jersey and, the urban spread, it actually got rid of more predators of the deer. Whether it was bear or lion, whatever, mountain lions, whatever used to grab their asses.
Coyotes.
Okay? We have to take that place now and kill the deer. It's our job.
We're playing the part of the puma.
Right. All right, Nellie?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So
all right, thank you, Nellie.
Now, here's a woman who disagrees with you, Al.
I don't see, there's not that many deer that
there's
killed on the side of the road compared to the number of hunters going in the woods and blasting away at them. I see occasionally one on the side of the road. They're not, but when hunters go in, they're shooting up everything.
Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, John.
Hey, guys. Court holder 8726. Thank you. Al, we have to kill the deer. You know why? There's no natural predators there. There's no wolves and there's no bears.
There's not a puma.
And that's why those goddamn things are all over the place, man. Shoot them all.
We're the puma. You, Al Dukes, are the puma. Here's what I want you to do.
Be the puma.
Here will be the best day of my life. The day after you kill your first deer, and you come up and you're rubbing that blood across your cheeks like the warrior brave that I know you are.
Nice.
I would definitely never do
Let's
that.
go out. Let's do it.
And I bet it makes you more aggressive in your work here.
Now, if you told me you were a vegetarian or something, I can understand.
No, but there's food in the supermarket. You can just go and buy food. You don't have to go out and shoot it.
Maybe
I like
some
to
people
shoot that too.
Maybe some people don't want to live that way. They want to provide for their family something that's from the wild. Not some steak that's filled with all kinds of steroids and everything else, because you don't know what the hell's in that food.
With the deer, you know exactly what's in it.
Right.
Your own buckshot.
And you got to be buckshot to bring it down. But here's Nathan. Nathan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, Ron?
Hey, buddy.
This Al Deuce guy puts the C in hunt. I tell you what.
Like you're dropping the H?
Sort of, yeah.
He wants to go out. All right, he wants to go out hunting, but just drop the H, Fez, and replace it.
He's amazing. I've been on his side for so long. And
I know.
I mean, the guy's driving me insane now. I mean, hunters are hicks.
Where does that come from?
It's just they're like woodsmen for the most part.
Tin woodsman?
What is wrong with that? What is wrong with being a woodsman? That's being a naturalist, Al. You're out in the and the environment.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that nowadays.
So I don't understand. At one point, you're mad because we moved into their area. Now you're saying we shouldn't be outside at all? I don't understand what the hell you want here.
And Al, with the stereotype you're throwing out, you know the general sales manager here. You're not going to find a more dapper gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
And that man hunts on his own property in Virginia. And you know you're not going to... And you wouldn't call him a redneck or a hick.
You know, here's the situation. Al, trust me. I look at you, I see a very young, emaciated Ernest Hemingway. And I think we're going to get you out there. We're going to build up we're going to build up his appetite, and we're going to turn him into a man's man.
We should just try to live with peace with nature.
Peace. This is peace.
With peas. This is hunting music.
Grab him that Circle of Life song. That's what he needs. You need to understand the Circle of Life.
From the Lion King.
Here's Charlie. Charlie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hi, Charlie.
Listen, I got the statistics for last year's harvest. If we didn't harvest any deer in this state, last year, 77,444 deer were harvested. If we did not take any of those deer, can you imagine how they would overrun this state?
I can't imagine. What would you do about that, Al? You as the newly appointed governor of New Jersey. Because one thing about New Jersey, everybody gets to be governor at one point or another.
Sure. I'm sure there's a way that you capture some of the female or the male deer, you sterilize them, and then you release them.
Here's what we do.
77,000 now.
You leave them alone each year. They're going to grow, get their own political party, and start electing their own leaders.
Al, I would have more respect for you if you went out with a butterfly net and chucked it over a deer every year.
No, there's definitely ways to...
77,000 deer. What are you going to do about them?
We don't have to get all 77,000.
That's 1 year.
1 year. And you don't prune them back, how many offspring they're going to have, Al? Within 5 years of the Al Dukes rule, we'll be up to our ass in deer.
Not if they're sterilized.
Sterilized? How do you feel that is being kind to a deer?
Because it's still going to be alive.
Grabbing it and snipping its balls off.
Yeah, but it's still alive.
You want to live without your balls?
No, but we do it to dogs and cats.
Oh, yeah, we're real humane to dogs and cats. I feel really...
They love it.
Yeah, I feel really good about what we've done to dogs and cats, that they're sitting next to a bowl at all times, begging you to come home, because they don't know how to get their own food.
Al, you've driven down the highway in the summer, and you've had bugs smash into your windshield.
Yes.
You know, and
he cries. He cries the whole time. And he has little bug coffins that he takes them, he puts them in. He has a ceremony and buries them one at a time.
That's a lot of services there. And they hit the grill of the car and the hood and everything. Under your plan, that's what deer would be like.
Right.
Imagine that many deer hitting your windshield. There'd be that many of them.
I don't know. Not under my plan.
Sterilization now?
Yes.
Let's sterilize you.
I have balls.
Not after we're done with the Al Dukes plan.
Sterilization now. Sterilization tomorrow. Sterilization for Al.
Here's your buddy Assman wants to talk to you. Assman, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Al, I mean, it's all well and good to say sterilize the deer and everything, but do you realize if you sterilize 77,000 deer, you still have that many walking around trying to feed? I mean,
we got to help a lot more than that.
Yeah, but then they won't be reproducing.
And what are you going to do with the leftover nads?
And plus the fact, I mean, the state of New York, I know for a fact because I hunt myself, the state of New York controls the hunting seasons by issuing permits for deer.
Yes.
Okay? So
that's what you have to do.
Situation.
They're asking you to come and help. The state of New York is asking for your help. You understand that? Now, Sweet Melissa, who was a scientist, Fezzi, mad scientist, said that they've tried the birth control on deer, and it just doesn't work.
Right, the deer won't wear the condoms.
Well, they wear them, but when they're jumping over bushes and fences and stuff, it rips off or falls off.
And some are wearing them on their antlers, just being smartasses about
What, are you supposed to use diaphragms for the females?
Watch your
language.
What I would like to do is go out in the woods and orally please every buck so that they don't become interested in the does.
Gotta love that deer meat.
Well, if you did that, I would respect you.
No, that's not my plan.
No, make that your plan. We got to take a break here.
Thanks, Assman.
Thanks, Assman.
Before Assman stapling, he used to actually put a deer on a hoagie roll and just enjoy that out in the woods.
Now I'm starving. Thanks for bringing it up, Fez. You thinking cheesesteak tonight?
Yes, I am.
I know Billy Staples is thinking it.
Is he? Every night. You walk out by Billy Staples, there's actually a cartoon thought balloon over his head with a cheesesteak in the middle of it. 877-692-1027.
Ron and Fez.
1027 WNEW. Drive home with O&A.
What are your 5 bands that you listen to?
Sabbath, Ozzy Solo, Metallica. I love Old Kiss. Dan Byrne, I love, with Miller.
Do you shave your head because it just grows in a bullet? Is that what happens?
Opie and Anthony every afternoon on 1027 WNEW.
It is the holiday season. Give the gift that everyone wants to get, Sam Adams beer.
Sam Adams, Fezzy. That's the winter classics. They're out now. That's the perfect holiday gift. One size fits all.
That's right.
Get it?
Oh, yeah. 6-pack. Or 12-pack if you want.
Yeah, case.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all good.
The winter classics are out there featuring the Cranberry Lambic and also, my favorite, Old Fezziwig.
Look for Fez on the cover.
That's me! It's me, Fezzy!
Good old Fezziwig. It's available in this pack. You know, Fezzy, it's going to be a lot of fun this winter and the holiday season. I like to come in with some Sam Adams. You know why?
Why is that?
Then I can look at my dad and look at my scumbag brother and I go, look what he's drinking.
Oh, yeah.
He's drinking deer urine, Pop. I'm bringing you Sam Adams. Who turned out better?
You did?
Thank you, Daddy.
Thanks, Old Fezziwig.
And I go like this. Then I look at my brother and I go, why don't you try to class it up a little bit? And I just chuck Sam Adams at him.
Oh, nice for the holidays.
And then I also go, oh, by the way, Pop, I got a radio show in New York, too.
Be a better beer drinker. Drink a better beer. Sam Adams. This holiday season, it is America's world-class beer.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW.
Trying to break the circle of life. We're on a Fez. Why does he mention the show Wheel of Fortune in that song?
I never really listened to it, but I think Al should. All right, there's been some woman holding here, Al. She said that she tried to get in the building. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, she just showed up before the show started, and she said something about wanting to do a parody song, but she didn't have a song with her. I think she thought she was just going to make it up as the show went along. And
all right, what's your name?
Her name is Fabia.
It better not be Fabia when you turned him away, because I will kill.
Hey, Fabia?
Yes, this is me.
How do you say your name, dear?
What the dilly, yo?
I write songs when I'm sitting downstairs on card number 9836. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Just wanted to share an immediate relevant song parody called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay.
But this time it'll be spoken word.
Oh, cool. Spoken word parody poem.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's that from?
This is Fabia, the sexy songwriter, speaking to you in spoken word in a great action-packed adventure entitled Oh Noes! Rudolph. One afternoon, just before Christmas Eve, Santa's reindeer were out in the snow, playing reindeer games. Rudolph, Santa's most famous reindeer, was competing in an exciting hockey game.
What are you doing?
One quick motion. I'm sorry.
Honey, this is why he didn't let you in. He said he was afraid. You said you were afraid of her, Al?
Yeah, she had a color. She had a crazy person look to her, like in her eyes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you looked a little, like, nutty.
You do sound a little nutty on the air, Fabia.
You know something? I think Al was just C-blocking me for no reason. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to say, hey, I'm in Manhattan, and I'll be heading on out.
All right, it was great to talk to you, Fabia. I think she sounds great, Al, but you're afraid?
Yeah, she made me nervous.
I'll just send the tape in.
Okay.
And you guys can check it out.
I would love to. You sound like a delightful person.
We always say we're looking for the parodies.
And not only that, when you actually allow women into the building again, would you say so over the air? And I'll just stop by maybe then with an extra tape.
Oh, that's true. Why don't we let her in?
Because she made me very nervous, and I didn't know if she would go crazy when she got in here.
So you're saying security, having copied my fingerprints and my driver's license?
Yeah, I mean, you can still do something nutty up here.
I'm sorry?
Al, I see no reason why she can't come in.
No, I'd rather not have her in.
Wow.
Just send something on tape would be
Al.
great.
That's amazing.
Are you sure she can't come in?
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy will back me up on this. When I think somebody is looking crazy, I don't let them in.
Fabia, come on up.
Really?
Run past security.
You're not going to...
I mean, I shouldn't say anything. Just come up?
No, you're not going to come up. Even if you somehow got up, you couldn't get through the doors anyway. I'm not letting you in.
Okay.
She's that big?
Okay.
Let her come up. Come on up, Fabia. We'll have it.
I don't want to upset anybody. I just wanted to pay a visit and leave. No big deal.
If she comes up, I'll have her arrested.
Are you serious?
Ow. Al, I'll be flushing stuff down the toilet. I don't want you calling the cops.
I know. Quit calling the cops on everybody.
She's mentioning running past security? No, I'll call the cops for that.
Running?
That's what you just said. You'll run past security.
No, sweetheart. What I said is they already took my driver's license and they checked out my ID. I'm actually a UFT professional. I don't understand.
I see no reason why you shouldn't come up. Al, why are you afraid of Fabia?
She was just very strange when I met her. She had those crazy eyes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You have crazy eyes, Fabia?
Crazy eyes.
Fingerprinted me and checked me out in 50 states. I don't know.
She's fine.
I can't let someone who's a possible threat into the building.
A threat?
She's not Osama.
Fabia, are you not
God.
part of the Taliban, are you?
Ooh. Well, according to Giuliani, I'm okay, but I guess not according to Al.
She sounds delightful.
No.
Where are you from, Fabia?
I'm from California.
How long you been out here?
I moved here in 91, and I've been writing songs, God knows how long. And also I write poetry.
You know we're looking for a song parody person all the time.
Yes, but I asked her, I said, do you have a tape? She said no. I said, do you have a song?
Okay,
she
let
said
me
no.
be honest.
Did she have a keyboard or a guitar?
Nothing.
I have a tape, but it's kind of choppy, so I wanted to, play it, on a cue or whatever, and then you guys would say, okay, yeah, or no, and then just pump it or dump it.
I think she sounds great. We can pump her or dump her.
I don't think...
pump me or dump me,
That
baby.
doesn't even make sense what she just said.
I might pump her, then dump her.
Put it on the queue? I don't know what that
I
means.
usually dump when I get
listen
pumped.
to it in queue. You've never worked in radio and listened to something in queue before.
Yeah, but I don't know
Which
how
means not on the air.
Not on the air, baby.
She was asking
and
for...
there's no swear words or anything.
She was looking for a production room to put tape together?
No,
Yes, what's
actually,
wrong
I
with
have
that?
my own production room on me, and you can even sift through it if you like.
No, I can't let strangers in like that.
Oh, my God. Okay. No big deal.
I would love to have you come on up, Fabia.
Well, whoever the boss is, tell me whatever, and I'll go head on back to Queens, and I'll come by on Friday, maybe when you have an open door policy again.
I thought we had an open door policy, Al.
That's what we've always said.
You guys say that, but I will still check to make sure I shouldn't, whether those people should come up or
Does he want
not.
to check my bags to make sure I have tapes and just goofy artwork and stuff in there?
You want to pat her down?
No. From 7 o'clock till 11 while this show is on, this place is my responsibility. So if I don't think she should come up, she's not coming up. Jeremy gave me the authority to say who comes up and who doesn't come up.
All right, I'll tell you what. Then you go back to tell Jeremy, and this is serious, me and Fez are leaving with Don and Mike. 18 months. All right?
Clock is ticking.
Fez, that means another 18 months of paychecks. This would be our longest gig ever.
I know.
18 straight months of the year.
The fools. It'll be a year and a half.
Fabia, come on up.
Come on up, for real?
No, I'm not going to let you up.
Is Al going to beat me up? I'm only a woman.
I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not letting you in the door.
She's a natural woman.
I'm a real woman. I don't have any nads.
Just put something on tape and send it in.
Oh,
it's
boy.
much safer that way.
And you know what's really ironic?
I can't believe Al's gonna put you through this.
Here's the irony.
Yeah.
I was going to compliment Al for taking my business card.
Yeah.
Along with the terrible amount of booze that I just gave him.
You gave him booze?
Well, I gave him a whole package. It's my wacky business card with lots
What did she give you?
She gave me a business card which is made out of construction paper. Looks like a child did it. And
Yes,
it says Fabia on it.
Child and me did it.
And with the magic marker. And then she gave me some type of booze, which I wouldn't pass on to anybody.
Why give us the booze?
Booze is
Mr. Booze Hound won't put the booze down.
We need the booze now.
And you know, Al, Why don't you just come downstairs and put the boots to me in person for real this time? You know what I'm saying?
And the box that the booze came in is all mangled. I wouldn't feel safe giving it to anybody.
You know, the liquor stores are suspect now. They're just bad people. Bad.
Not the liquor stores, but once you get it from the liquor store, I don't know what you do to it.
She can't be more frightening than you.
No, she's frightening.
Wow. And I was going to compliment Al and say, you know, he seems handsome. He seems normal. I can't imagine how he's coming off like this.
See, here's what I hate, Fabia.
Fantastic.
Knowing now that all this went on in the lobby when we weren't looking. Someone's accepting liquor gifts.
Then she's been waiting on hold to talk to us.
Oh, God, that's funny.
But here, like, the way she's laughing, that seems strange also.
She's a happy person. She's joyous.
Not to mention the fact that, you know, I bought myself some rum earlier on because I figured I wasn't going to drink from the same bottle. That's tacky, okay?
Sure. What's that mean, okay?
I would never give you an opened bottle.
Oh, now I'm
Poor
nervous.
Al.
Now I'm nervous.
That's what I mean.
Now the voices are changing.
Yeah, that one got to me.
And personalities are coming out.
And she was physically bigger than me that I thought if there was a problem that I wasn't, you know, going to get involved.
You don't think that you could take Fabia down?
No.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
How big are you?
I would say for the typical African-American female in my family from Jamaica, I'm average sized.
But height, you were...
She's a pretty good size?
Yeah, she's a good size.
I'm looking...
For Samoan, not Jamaican.
Would you say she's a big enough black woman to do news for us?
Oh, my God! This is funny. Okay. Well, you know what, Ron and Fez? You guys made my summer, and you're still making my fall or whatever we're in now.
Fabia, I feel like we're hitting it off here. We're crazy about you, me and Fez.
Well, I'm
And we would
crazy
love
about
for you to come up.
No, she is not coming up.
Ever?
Ever?
Not tonight. I don't know after she sends a
That's
tape.
Cool.
And if I'm able to, but I don't know that I'll be able to determine whether she's
and
normal.
not only that, why doesn't he call Caroline's? Because I'm registered over there with Larry, and Larry will vouch that I
Are you stand-up?
Yeah.
She's a stand-up at Caroline's.
I mean, I'm not a professional. I just do it
And
for
they'll
fun.
vouch for it.
Yeah. What are you doing, spoken word stuff?
I did some spoken word with Larry. He teaches a class over on 42nd.
Uh-huh.
And the voices that you're hearing, you know, basically is what Larry told me to do, you know.
Oh, jeez. Now, is Larry a real person, or is he just in your head?
No. He teaches a comedy stand-up class for Caroline.
He's not one of your other personalities.
I actually only have one. Sorry. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm just goofing. It's no big deal.
Personally, I think Fabia, fabulous, Fezzy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think she sounds wonderful.
Oh, gosh, that's funny.
This better not be racism tied
No,
in with
it's
this.
no, it's
Because
definitely not racism.
That will not be tolerated.
No, I would never do that.
Come on. We don't got to play Annie DeFranco again, do we?
No.
Well, see, she's smart enough to know. No crazy person would know the Annie DeFranco bit.
Yeah.
Sure they could.
She's a fan.
No, fan.
No, I know she's a fan.
And a card holder. How come you gave me
She's a card
Al?
holder, too.
And she had the card
Yeah,
tied.
you mailed her first.
She had,
9836.
and she has it tied to her pocketbook.
What's wrong with that?
That just seems strange. I mean, that was another sign. I mean, of all the things.
Fine? I thought if I put the tag out for you to see it, you'd know I was legit or something. I don't know. I'm crazy.
I think it sounds nice.
I'm advertising.
Oh, jeez, that scared me.
See, it's like that's what she was doing, strange things like that.
That part scared me.
When
Yeah,
I
when-
All right.
When the
there you go.
extraneous noises start.
Okay, honey. You guys take it easy. La. Bye-bye.
I think we lost a friend. Before we were even able to make one.
Sure, she sounded a little kooky. A little nutso.
Or
I'd even go so far to say psycho, but delightfully psycho. I'll notice this, you let a lot of white crazy people in here, Al.
No, it had nothing to do with
What
her.
about Crazy Claire showing up with knives?
Well, she
gets in brandishing knives.
But she's someone I think I could physically handle if she got out of control.
I got $100 as you could. What about...
She'll gut ya.
What about Lisa Croft?
Who came in and beat up an intern twice.
And brings her own liquor in and pounds it. But she's white as snow, so you love her.
Right. No, that has nothing to do with it, the color of her skin. It was not racism.
Oh, wow.
Well, listen to this song, Al, and see if it doesn't help you. And just think of Fabia, okay? This is her parody song, Fuzzy. I think it's perfect.
I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired.
Al, does this mean that you're going to do parody since you sent Fabia away?
No, but she didn't really have a parody.
Life was so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel.
You make me feel like a natural woman.
I feel like Fabia and us, Fez, would have been big friends.
Keep a fag, lose a friend.
Keep a fag and lose a friend. That's what we've been doing lately.
That's our motto, I guess.
I didn't know just what was wrong with me.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
I was trying to protect the show.
Grand Wizard of Radio.
What's wrong with someone having a little character?
Right.
A little eccentricity, a little color, a little flash.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's the craziness I didn't want to
Listen
bring
to
in
this
here.
song. This will help you. Run down there and get her.
She's probably gone by now.
That's part of the song.
Baby, what you done to me? What you done to me? You make me feel so good inside. Good inside.
I like Fabia a lot, Fuzzy. I want to get her in here.
Just wanna be.
You know, we should kick ourselves for letting her get away tonight.
We should kick Al.
I'll kick him for me. I can't reach him from here.
877-692-1027 is the Ron Fez Show.
Ron and Fez, 1027 WNEW.
877-692-1027. We're Ron and Fez.
Can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk?
Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley with you.
To call you that.
Fez, there's some kind of billboard thing going on. People have been instant feedback and then say, why don't you guys do a big-ass simulcast? I couldn't be any less interested in stuff like that.
I don't even know what this award show is. I hadn't even heard of this
The
one.
billboards?
The music?
Yeah, Billboard. You know what Billboard magazine is.
I was wondering if it was one of those things where they award medium market midday DJs.
No.
Those things.
No. They,
I wondered if that's why people were wondering if we were interested in it. Are we up for something?
No.
Is there some sort of late night award?
It's been a while since we were up to something. We used to be up for stuff.
Yes.
No more. You know, the Fabia thing, Fezzi, I'm a little upset about it, but I'm not going to sit here and fight with Al all night. Just it happened and it's done.
The situation is a nice enough sounding young woman called the show, Fabia. Turns out she tried to get up to the show tonight to do parody songs for us.
Right.
And of course, the famous Al Duke C block occurred before the show even began.
Right.
We didn't even know about it. And this girl was nice enough to call and give us the 411.
Now, Fuzzy, am I crazy or did she sound like a lot of fun?
She sounded like very energetic, very enthusiastic, and here's what I love, wanting to help the show.
Right, unlike Al. Now, here's the other weird thing, Fuzzy. You have somebody like that who's energetic and excited and happy.
Mm-hmm.
Al sees that as insane.
Right, to him, those are bad qualities, like having a hyper dog.
Right.
Seemed uncontrollable, really.
Not on the phone. She just seemed like a nice, fun person.
But isn't that what we want in here every now and then? A little chaos? A little seat of the pants? Whatever could happen, happens?
What about Friday night? We had crazy women in here. And, you know, I'm not even going to get into this.
And that follows no blueprint.
You tried to see Block F me boobs that night, too. And she told me that.
That's the way she looked at it, but I really wasn't trying to. I just heard she told me she couldn't come in later.
Couldn't come in.
Oh, my gosh. Stuttering Stanley. What happened there?
You know, maybe I was right. We'd have a black woman in here and then him stuttering, and people would say, wait a minute, you stole that show.
Ow! I don't like the way the nervous ticks are starting to shoot out left and right here.
Hey, Bill, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing?
Hey, Bill.
How you doing, fellas?
Hey, buddy.
Calling over 1816. I just got a little beef with Al Dukes there.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, Al.
Yeah.
What's the deal with you not wanting to put the sister on, man?
Yeah, it was because she was black.
Now, I don't want to even think that that's what it came down to. You said you met her and you were intimidated by her.
Yeah, I wasn't intimidated by
her color? By her race?
No, her size.
And, remember this. This is why he didn't want to ride the subway. He says there's all kinds of criminal-looking people. And when we got to describe what they are, it was teen blacks.
Yeah.
That's who he sees as criminals.
When we finally broke him down to what is this criminal element description of yours?
Oh, the hip-hoppers.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
You know what Al tells me during the break?
All right, don't make something up if it's not true. I'll get mad.
It's true.
I'll get mad.
He told me he wants to take all the blacks out of the population and put deer in place of them.
See, I know you. You're saying stuff. You're already saying that me and Fezzi aren't happy about. Is your heart okay, Bill?
Yeah, I'm good.
I hear that little beep, and it's making me nervous.
Oh, no, that's the company I work for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You work for Beepers?
The entire company is backing up?
All right. I thank you for calling, Bill.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep.
All right, now see, Al, I hate it when the listeners in the audience can see through you as easy as the rest of us. Then it makes the whole show look bad.
All right, it does.
The things you do.
Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
I can see right through this guy.
Yeah, I thought so.
Al, what are you doing? Now, you know this girl cannot be any kind of a risk. If you have girls who are hopped up on antidepressants who like knives, who can come in there? What's
and
it all
slicing
about?
and dicing and doing whatever they want.
Right.
But they're smaller.
That's okay, though.
And how big was she? Was she 11 feet tall?
Don't be scared.
There's 6
Don't
grown
be
men,
scared,
adult
Al.
men in here.
Is she a Nubian warrior?
No, but I had a look.
She's a Nubian princess is what she is, Fez.
My eyes
Mother Earth.
looked up to talk to her.
She's tall.
Did she have no shirt on and she was jumping up and down like something on the Discovery Channel?
Why don't you take your shirt off, Joe Pool?
I can't do that.
Why not?
Why?
Because...
Nipples? Bare nips?
Yeah.
All right, Pete, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Yeah.
What can we do for you, Pete?
For the first and last time, I will actually have to agree with Al.
All right, let's hear it.
Before I even knew that woman was black or whatever she was, I just thought she was totally whacked out of her mind. Like, the way she laughed, the way she talked, like, she was just totally whacked, man. I didn't think she would have added anything
Al, you
to the
really
show.
think that she was insane?
What?
Yeah, just a little crazy.
You know, having somebody that wasn't getting over, we've had that before.
No, yeah,
You know
like,
what I
could you
mean?
imagine, like, letting some homeless wacko just talk around in the studio? Like, how do you know she wasn't like that?
But she's not a homeless wacko. She's in California.
Dude, she did not sound normal.
But, Pete, you know what's awful about the situation is Al still took the liquor off of her. And
well,
then
it's
sent
not
her
like
back
he's going to do anything with it.
What kind of liquor was it?
Bacardi, I think.
Oh, nice. Was it one of the flavored?
151?
Yeah, it was a
nice.
flavored kind.
All right, boys.
The limon.
And it comes with a cup also, like a glass to serve it in.
All right, now that's someone who bought us a present, Ronnie.
Right.
And got turned out into the heat of December. Into the 90-degree weather of Christmas.
It's as hot as dead deer whiz out there right now.
The only thing that could have made it sadder, Al, is if it was snowing. And you sent her off into a blizzard after she brought a Christmas gift.
Would you turn away Santa? He's large and he brings presents.
And is known to be a little
You better
wacky.
not. You better not send away that jelly son of a bitch, Al.
I would not send Santa away.
No, he's white.
Billy's writing to us that Airsick has a new song.
Oh, okay.
About you and I, Fez. I always, I like when somebody does a song for us.
Yeah.
But when they say it's about you two guys, then I get nervous.
Then there's a lot of room for error
Right.
there.
I like making fun of Al. I like making fun of Joe. You can make fun of the Hawk and his craziness.
Sure. Nice little segue people mover song for the Hawk.
But it's a mistake to make fun of Ron and Fez.
Mm-hmm. It better not start off with Thundercats.
Thunder, thunder, Thundercats.
Do you have it here, Al?
Yeah, it's ready to go.
By the way, that Thundercat song was 42nd Street. Is that his name?
40-second delay.
40-second delay. Hysterical.
You sure it's not 42-second delay?
All right, this one is Airsick?
This is Airsick.
Yeah.
And as I'm looking on the machine here, it's just titled Ron and Fezzy.
Ron and Fezzy, the show where you can hear the phrase rude and rude. They have a friend who eats his own poo. Ron and Fezzy, you got to listen to them each night. Ron and Fezzy, I love when you do the movie. And I know Iris loves me. Ron and Fezzy, you got to listen to them each night. Fezatorials have Bobo, and there's a rumor one of them's Flamo. But he says that isn't so. His fiancée lives in Ontario. Badu, Ron and Fezzy are such a blast doing a big-ass simulcast. At the end of the show, Ron and Fezzy, you got to listen to them each night. Ron and Fezzy, the big knife is for carving. Now I'm starving. There's no way that the duck's still alive. Ron and Fezzy, you got to listen to them each night. Ron and Fezzy, soon it will be time to end your show and go. Thank you for a wonderful time. Ron and Fezzy, you know I'll listen to you each night. I love you so I'll listen each night. Got to listen to ya each night.
Poop-poop-de-doo. Nice.
That's
was nice.
Airsick.
Well, thank you, Airsick. It was nice. It sounded like Sweet Melissa on a wine night.
You can check them out online, airsick.net.
One of those uncontrollable wine nights to scare us all.
That Al lets go on.
Yeah, that Al has no problems with.
And doesn't ban anyone.
But Melissa's only like 4 feet tall. I can handle her if she decides to go crazy.
She is taller than 4 feet. You're a mean person. You're just awful to people.
All right, Nick writes in, let me get this straight. Unless I post on the message board, I will not be able to stop by with a present. Good point.
See, that's not open door policy, is it?
That is not open door. Open door is open door.
To all races.
Right, but from what I've talked to Jeremy about it, he wants me to make sure that people are,
white,
safe before they come into the building.
Also, we got a thing from Paranoid, furious with Al last night for censoring his song. Apparently there was a big part of that song from the P&P Boys that you and I didn't have a chance to hear.
Oh, yeah. So now, Al, you're like...
He chops it up.
In the movie Good Morning Vietnam, you're like the fat redheaded twins that are just slicing everything out of the show.
Hey, somebody complained and then... That Billy got rid of him.
Hey, balls!
I'm about to go to a complaint about this song.
And Billy handled that. Ronnie, we're being censored from inside.
Right. Do you have her address or phone number?
I have her phone number, yes.
I want you to call her back tomorrow and apologize and invite her in here properly.
Invite her into the
Yes,
station?
in here with us.
Yes, in here.
I don't know if that's a safe thing to do.
Al.
Everybody is invited in, Al. That's the rule.
Al, what's your criteria? When is safe enough for her?
I can normally read somebody by looking at them.
So you're saying she's completely banned. There's never a moment when she can come in, Fabia.
Wait a minute. Clark Kent has some extra skills he's just finding out about. He can read people by looking at them. Look into the mirror and tell me that guy doesn't suck C, because I bet you're going to find out that he does.
With the suck sense of yours.
No, you can just tell when you look at somebody whether they're, going to be dangerous or crazy, or it's not worth it to bring them in.
Yeah, you can tell by the skin, can't you? You racist bastard.
Not by the skin.
Hey, Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ron and Fez, what's up?
Yeah.
Yes, Brian.
Caller.
Yes.
I was going to say, I think all African-American people should come down wearing our thug gear, our big chains, and see if Al Dukes let us in.
I love it. I say storm the place.
Yeah.
All right,
Sit.
Million Man March.
He'll greet you by the door wearing his Klan hood on a deer.
You know how Fezzy and I feel about race. We don't even see color.
Right, I don't either.
Fez sits down every Sunday and prays the Luther Vandross.
I do not pray to Luther Vandross. I go to a Lutheran church. It's quite different, thank you.
That's Martin Luther King Jr.,
No,
who Fezzy sees as the Son of God.
I do not.
You're Lutheran.
Yes, not Martin Luther and King Jr. It's different. But you are right about me not seeing color.
That's the part I was really pushing.
Yes.
Then you got off on one of your tangents.
I was not preaching.
TJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, TJ.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, you know, after the holidays, I really wanted to come in with a whole bunch of tasty cakes.
From Philly?
I'm going away to Pennsylvania. But if this is the way that Al Dukes is going to treat me,
TJ, are you a white guy?
Yeah.
You're more than invited to come in, according to Al. Thank you very much.
Sure, you'll get the royal treatment.
Hey, Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, guys, I'm a 4-time convicted felon. I collect guns and don't like to take my medication, but can I come in since I'm white?
Yes, please, come on down.
Yes.
Awesome.
Come on down. Al will...
You'll get to sit in my chair.
Al will pick you up in a rickshaw and run you up all the steps with it. Joe, don't touch our food. I'll take you down again. I'll drop you. I can't stand the thought of you around food.
I was just putting the bag down.
Joe, take off that Chevy hat for a second. Oh, yeah, someone's due for a cart shampoo.
Oh, boy.
That's a good little joke.
Getting carts dumped on his head for touching the food that he knows he's not allowed to.
What if I just touch it a little?
No.
Like this?
Touch your own.
Seriously, I'll kill you. Don't even joke about it.
Just want to sniff it.
Alex, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys? Listen, you know, this Dukes guy, I've listened to you guys for months, and you are nighttime, daytime, nighttime, whatever time, it's not Dukes time. All he does is ruin the show. He slows it down.
I hate Al Dukes.
Well, Alex, what I've always tried to tell the guys is you're going to take something away from the show, then you have to replace it with something.
Right.
Well, there's 100 people out there that would be better than him to do this job. I mean, Jesus. You gotta
Yes,
listen.
Jesus would be good. I would love to get him.
Let me ask you a question. Is this like all show for the station? They put him in there, or do you have to keep him there? Put his ass out of there. What the hell's wrong with you?
Alex, when he says he's Jeremy's boy, he is Jeremy's boy. That's the connection there.
Jeremy brought him in. Yeah, Jeremy brought him in, and basically all I see is a spy for Jeremy on us.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what. You guys give me some of the tasty cakes they were talking about. I'll take care of Dukesy for you.
Give me the peanut butter candy cakes. Stop it. Or the butterscotch crimpets.
Ooh. Now you're talking butterscotch. That's my language. Al, since Fabia is not here because of you, and we don't get to enjoy her parody song she wanted to do, does that mean you're going to handle parody songs?
Oh, well, when I talked to
Tonight?
her, she didn't have one prepared anyway.
She could make one up. She started slamming for us. But she was doing that slam poetry that's so big with the kids now. Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, hi, Mark.
Hi.
I'm just wondering, what's the status on Earl?
What's the latest on Earl? What's the big Earl update there?
Black girl we talked to last night on the show, he had been taken to the emergency room earlier in the afternoon, bleeding out from what they thought was a bleeding ulcer.
Today I heard him on O&A, and he said he had 2 bleeding ulcers in his stomach.
You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
No.
All right, so I know they did a procedure on him today, some sort of surgery where they're sticking the scope right into his stomach. And he was really out of it.
Is he in a hospital room now?
He was in ICU, the intensive care unit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, so I think only his family is allowed to go see him at this point.
Wow. Well, we'll just tell him we're family.
Yeah. They'll recognize us.
Sure they will.
I'm his cousin Fez, on his mother's side.
Hey, Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Al. Yeah. My name is Fabia, and this is for you, White Devil.
Now you've been shot, Al. I hope you're happy.
I don't understand this. I don't understand the lack of comedy of the callers lately. They used to be so great.
They're really winding down at the end of the year.
Yeah, I noticed that, too.
Let's pick it up in 202 here, all right?
No,
2002.
You know what? Fez, let's just go for the tape now. Do you mind running for the finish line tape? We finished with a great 2001. You don't think the Taliban's watching us, the terrorists?
We got 18 months left.
Hey, what did...
Pick it up a notch.
Rumsfeld said this weekend, keep an alert out, or is it right now?
I think it's right now, I believe.
Yeah?
Yeah, that there's another warning from the government saying be on the lookout for any sort of terrorist activity. We're on high alert once again. It says the warning is possible attacks could be linked to the upcoming holidays. So now we're booked on high alert through New Year's.
High alert. And we don't know where it's aimed, whether it's at the military, whether it's at bridges or tunnels. We have no idea what they're talking about.
Right, and Homeland Security Chief Tom Ridge said that the threats were too vague to pinpoint a specific target and or date.
Things like this is why I'm strict with the guest and who comes in and who comes up and who's into the building and all that stuff.
You're a patriot.
What an idiot. I mean, you don't know.
He thinks he's on high alert. He thinks he's Tom Ridge.
I mean, you don't know.
You're on guy alert.
He's Tom Rigid.
And won't bend.
You're a strange, strange man now, Dukes. Literally the strangest person I've ever met in my life. And I've met some whack jobs.
With the parade of nut bars you have let through this door, I don't understand why now you've decided this stern policy.
Right. It ain't happening now. I want her to call tomorrow and invite it back in here.
I mean, I'll call her and see if she'll put something on tape for you guys to listen to.
I've heard it. I heard what she said on the phone, and I loved it.
We had a nice, wonderful conversation with her.
I loved everything about it. She's fascinating. Fabia. Fabulous.
And now, she could probably replace you in a heartbeat.
Who could? I swear to God, I'll walk out on 57th right now, throw like a lasso, and whoever I pull in...
Throw some bolos.
Yeah. All right, I'll throw some bolos.
They're cool.
Whoever I pull in will be better than Al Dukes.
That easy.
And if they have that retard parade, I'll chuck it in the middle of that and pull a retard up.
Grab someone by the medal that they all won.
Hey, Ink Girl, you're on Run the Fez.
Hi, Ink Girl.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, whoever said about being on the message board gets you in, like, right away, is full of it, because for almost a month now, I've been tooled around being Angel Amy trying to get up to the studio, and I keep being turned away.
Now, we've met you before, right?
Yeah.
Are you an Angel Amy Black?
No.
What's the problem then, Al?
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
When he heard Ink Girl, he might have thought Black Ink.
Oh, right, sure. The ink is black.
No, he's met me a couple times, so he knows better. And I'm sure you guys know Amy enough to know that she's not.
Of course we. And, he was being sarcastic. You know that. Any reason at all that you're C-block in this one, Al?
Well, I don't know what the relationship is with Amy and Joe Poo. I mean, I'm kind of...
Oh, yeah, they used to battle each other.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah, that is something to worry about.
Yeah, maybe that'd be a good night for Joe Poo to stay home.
When Amy comes in?
See, I don't like that.
It's Angel Amy, and you know it.
I want to meet Joe Poo, so I'm upset about that.
Sure you are.
But Amy's my buddy, so, I got to stick up for her, too.
We all,
How about somebody comes to meet me for once without a freaking nickname?
Okay, Joe Poo.
Okay, fine.
You hate that, do you, Mr. Pooh?
I feel like I'm in a cartoon world.
We are in a cartoon world. That's what I'm trying to say with Fabia.
Joseph Lipinski.
Was it her name, Fabia?
Yes, it was.
Fabia.
I found that he kept Fiona out of here.
Oh, nice.
Fiona Apple wanted to do the show. He wouldn't let her. He says, that's too wacky of a name.
Too weird for him.
Too female for him.
It's not one thing, it's another with him.
So,
Ink Girl,
yeah?
if you came in here and met Joe Poo and you really hit it off with him, I mean, sparks started flying, would you have to pick between Angel Amy and Joe Poo?
Oh, tear out my heart.
Don't you put me in a category with anal.
All right, stop.
Angel.
Say this is a problem.
And Joe, if it makes you feel any better, it's Alicia.
What?
Oh, jeez. All right, thanks, Inky.
No problem, guys.
Bye-bye.
I like the nickname better.
This is who Al banned from the show. Fiona.
You're kidding me.
Did she walk in singing? Was that what scared you? Robot boy hates emotions.
Well, Al, I'm not going to do the whole show on you. It annoys everybody. But
this should be your theme song.
Yeah. I want you to call Fiona Apple and apologize.
Call Fiona. Call Fabia. Call Fabio.
Call the Philly Fanatic.
And then quit with the autofellatio. All right? You're going to kill yourself.
I heard your neck cracking the other day. I said, I heard the nutcracker, but you're out of your way here.
Ronnie, someone's dancing the nutcracker again. Let's leave him some time in the office.
Let's how great this chick is. This should be our only bumper music. So she's a little nutty. So what?
Eight 877-692-1027.
We come back, we're going to throw molasses and red hot ants all over Al Dukes.
Nice!
Light his pubes on fire.
Again! That trick never works.
And then pull out his teeth with pliers. Maybe that's your idea of a show, Al.
No, that doesn't sound like fun at all.
I go, what's on the show tonight? He goes, I could whiz myself again. I go, that's not entertaining.
Hawk, get the pliers!
Then he says to me, I could always drop a load in my pants. Go old school.
If you want to up the ante, as it were. Not above crapping myself.
Hawk could drive the people mover into his ass.
877-692-1027. It's the Fiona, Ron, and Fez show.
I'm third?
Ron and Fez. Frequency 1027 WNEW.
We're Ron and Fez. Thanks for being with us on a Tuesday. Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley on 1027 WNEW.
You make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel like a natural woman.
Natural.
Natural.
You're natural to me. He's Iris.
He's Al Dukes. 877-692-1027.
Al Dukes, I swear to God, Fez, he needs a shrink. He needs a priest. He needs something. He needs some kind of help.
You know what, Al Dukes? If I was your priest and you confessed your madness to me, I might still go ahead and alert the authorities. I might sign the Baker Act.
Oh, any priest would.
Mm-hmm.
Any priest. I'll tell you what, most priests, if Al came in and actually says the way he lives his life, they'd take a brick and they beat his head in with it. Are you a Catholic, Al?
Yes, I am.
You don't act like it. When's the last time you went to communion?
Oh, probably 2 years ago.
Really? When's the last time you went to confession?
Probably 2 years ago also. I probably went just so I could go to the communion.
A special occasion, like a wedding or something?
I think it was when my sister's kids are getting baptized.
Good. All right, so when he does that, Fez, he's clean.
Nice. All right.
That's the beauty about being a Catholic. You can do all the most awful things in the world, but you go into that priest, and they can't rat you out. I don't know how your church is.
I was going to ask, can the priest turn you in if you go in there with something really horrific?
No. They can't say anything. And they basically have to forgive you.
Okay,
because you're asking,
that I can understand.
You're asking for forgiveness. But even like if you chopped up a family and you get down there.
Really?
Yeah.
What if it's, all right, I can understand like a murder. I mean, that's over and done with. But what if you go in there and you confess that, you know what, there's times when I don't understand what I'm doing and I'm beating the hell out of my kid once a week. And the priest will still not step in and, I mean, I know he would, say something to the guy.
Wow, that's a good question. So could a priest stop you or alert the authorities about something before you did it? Like if you went to a priest and said, man, I really feel like killing. I think I'm going to kill somebody again. I've killed 2 people. I'm going to probably go out and kill more. The priest might say, look, you're starting a couple of fathers. I'm going to make a quick call, and I'll be right back with you.
Please excuse me for 2 minutes.
And don't panic if you hear sirens. That's nothing.
Right.
That's angels singing to you.
Or if a wacky rapist went in there and said, I've attacked 2 women, I really can't control myself.
That's a good question. I don't know. I'd like to talk to... Oh, now, you don't have confession in yours, right?
No, What we do with confession, we have the confession and absolution as part of the worship service, where everyone just in unison confesses sins, and then you take a moment of personal reflection.
A moment. We're doing a hard time down on our knees like animals. I don't know how that would work, Fez. I guess... Well, I know this.
I mean, it's had to come up before, right?
All right, let's suppose Al Dukes went to a priest. I know this. The cops can't come in after he leaves and say to a priest, what did he tell you?
Okay.
But I don't know if a priest won't turn your ass in.
And the police wouldn't be able to arrest Al while he's still in the church.
That I don't know.
Is that sanctuary?
No. I mean, son of Sam just can't go and live in the church. No,
that's true because, all right.
A priest can go, a cops can go into a church and arrest somebody. What they can't do is say to a priest, did he confess a sin where he said he killed somebody?
Right. We've been watching this guy. We saw him come in here. We know you talked to him.
Right.
What did he confess?
Yeah. But did you think that they couldn't arrest somebody in church?
That the priest could protect him.
No.
All right. 877-692-1027.
Now, I guess that would be up to the priest, though, right?
That's got to be the priest's personal decision.
Whether he calls the cops. Because the cop can't beat it out of a priest. Now, are they the only religion protected? What if, a preacher said, I can't tell you I'm a preacher?
Well, yeah, because if we believe what went on during the O.J. case, apparently O.J. was confessing to Rosie Greer.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. But you know what? We never knew.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That was
myth.
Very Drudge reporty.
At the most.
Hey, Joe, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, boys?
Yeah.
Listen, priests can't talk about anything. You remember that case about 8 months ago? A guy killed somebody else took the fall, and the priest knew about it? Didn't say anything for about 9 years until the guy who actually committed the murder kicked, and then he talked to the cops?
Oh, I do remember that situation.
He waited till the real killer actually died?
Yeah, because he couldn't say anything about the confession.
Then, all this time, he's been worried about the guy in the jail cell. He goes and gets him out.
Right.
9 years too late, Fuzzy.
Right, yeah. Thanks a lot.
But I think that was his call. I think he could have went any time he wanted.
No,
I would have done it.
Talk.
Yeah,
Priest
you can talk. Why would he want after the fact?
Priest can't talk.
But listen to me, Joe.
He
did. The only reason why you know the story is that the priest eventually talked.
Right, after the guy was dead.
Yeah, so you're saying, all right, after you're dead, the priest can write a book about you. Or go up to your widowed wife and go, oh, boy, was he banging a lot of chicks.
That would be awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Manhattan hooker and the Manhattan priest both talking.
All right, Joe. So you understand what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
All right. Now, I don't understand. The priest thing, it seems like it's up to the individual priest.
That I don't know. I don't know whether they have a sworn thing.
But if you compare it to a lawyer can't legally dime you out, right? I mean, a lawyer can't take what he knows.
Well, here's the thing. You're a lawyer, right?
Right.
So what happens if, But, lawyers have done it, and they just give up, being lawyers. They'll just be disbarred.
Right.
All right, here's Andrew. Andrew, you're on Round of Fez.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, guys. How about if the police bug the confessional or the priest wears a wire? Can they use that?
I don't think they
That's amazing.
I don't think they can bug a confessional.
Why not?
First of all, you have to have the churches backing you up on that. What church is going to say, yeah, come in and bug our confessional?
And a video camera, too.
Yeah.
And no one will confess after that.
Well, you don't need the video. You're just going to see the top of the guy's head, and it's going to be dark. No, I don't think...
they're not nude in there.
I don't think the cops can bug a confessional.
All right.
And that would include a priest wearing the wire.
The priest is never going to wear a wire under any circumstances.
Tell me again what you did and louder.
I'm just saying this. Suppose you're a priest. When you say, look, you want to be clear to this sin, you got to go back or you got to stop this behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, I'm going to. I would say that. Flat out.
That seems fair enough. Yeah, the priest is obviously going to work on the individual.
Yeah.
To do the right thing.
All right, Jennifer, you're on Fez.
Yes, I was calling because I know about the whole priest thing.
Tell me about it, honey.
A priest under no circumstances can give up the information that's given in a confessional unless the person is dead or unless the person waives rights.
All right, but here's the situation. What if you know that you got a serial killer on your hands?
You cannot say anything. What you basically have to do is ask them to go to the authorities.
And if they go, no, I'm never doing that, but I will be back next week to tell you who I killed.
Right, you can't stop a serial killer or a child molester or a rapist?
Technically, you can't. What you can do is try to persuade them to go to the authorities, and you can withhold absolution.
Fezzi, basically, it would be a serial killer confessing to a
It's like a lawyer or a psychiatrist.
Well, I mean, a psychiatrist can turn somebody in if they're a killer, and if they think it's the best thing for that person. The difference is...
Well, this is part of the problem that I had when I was arguing with the person that was schooling me in church.
Yeah.
Is I kept saying if, I came to you and said I'm doing bad things to my kid or I'm raping people every day or something like that.
Were you, Jennifer?
No.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me.
But this was,
Jennifer.
Yes.
Tell me if you're doing something bad.
No.
Because I'll punish your ass. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about the law.
You're naughty, aren't you?
No, here's what I'm saying. I think the situation is a cop doesn't have to tell... a priest doesn't have to tell a cop.
Uh-huh.
But a priest can decide, no, I'm going to the cops. I think that's true.
I think they can do it if they do it anonymously, maybe.
Oh, I see.
Crime stoppers.
If they didn't say this guy
I
did
happen
this
to know
in
who's
my
trying to
confessional,
stand
but
it.
if they maybe called in an anonymous tip, maybe they could do that.
Yeah. All right, honey.
All right.
Bye-bye. Thank you for your help.
All right, bye.
All right, I hate to think of a priest just, crawling around in a dark alley with anonymous tips.
All right, let me ask this. Let's say the guy goes into the confessional.
Right.
He confesses this horrible crime to the priest. The priest says, I'm sorry, I know this is sacrament, but I got to turn this guy in. He turns the guy in. The guy gets arrested, goes to jail. Can that guy sue and win against the priest for breaking that vow or that confidence? I know you can sue. You can sue for anything you want. But does he have does he have a legal basis there to win his lawsuit?
Well, you're twisting this thing and you turn it every which way, Fuzzy.
I'm curious.
Pete, you're on Fez.
Hi, Pete.
Hey, how's it going? That girl was wrong. It's up to the priest. I work at a church, and I've asked all the priests there, and they say, well, we're supposed to do the right thing, and the right thing doesn't necessarily mean sitting back and letting them go kill people.
All right, so has that ever happened before, Pete?
Well, not at the church that they're not going to tell me, but I've asked them, what if I were to tell you that I go and kill people every day? He's like,
don't even say that, Pete.
Why would you bring that up in government?
That's a nutty thing to say.
Let's just say, Father, that I kill people every night.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I said, what do you do if I tell you?
What do you do at this church?
Oh, I'm the janitor.
All right, so the janitor talking about cutting up people. All right, Pete? You're going to be the first suspect.
Ronnie, he tends the graveyard.
No. No.
Yo, the connection is horrible. I can't hear you guys at all.
All right, so you're saying yes. Yes, they...
Yeah, it's up to the individual priest. That's true.
All right, thank you, my friend.
Later.
That's it. All right, there you go, Fuzzy. And he should know he's a janitor.
Right.
Hey, Andrew, you're on Fez. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Ron Fez. What's up, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I go to Catholic school. I've been my whole life.
Congratulations.
And they teach us this garbage every day. You can't talk if you're a priest, no matter what.
So you're saying just the exact opposite as the last caller?
Yeah. Like, pretty much, I could kill, 100 people and go in there.
Yeah.
And they can't say anything. That's part of the deal. At least that's how it is for Catholic Church.
All right, thank you, my friend.
So, all right, thanks, Andrew. We're getting people that are saying with all confidence and complete definition that, yes, they can, no, they can't.
All right, here's the thing. If I'm a priest Somebody walks in and says, I'm a child molester.
Right.
I'm snapping his neck.
Sure.
I'm snapping his neck like it's a breadstick.
And then all that confessionals rocking back and forth as someone's getting them killed.
Well, no, you actually got to get out and walk around. But
Go through the wall, Ronnie.
I'd be more like a ninja priest where I just snap it real fast.
Nice.
And I go, oh, the guy obviously had a heart attack.
And then turn it over to the janitor.
Yeah.
You know how to clean this up. We've been through this before.
Let's make this one go away. All right, here's Mark. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys. Car holder 297. I'm studying theology. I'm going to be a theologian.
What are you doing when you're doing that? Because I'd like to be one of those, too.
So you got to learn a lot of languages and do a bunch of
Yeah, but what kind of job do you get at the end?
Teach.
See?
So
why don't you just going to be a teacher?
So in college, so you don't have to work much.
So you're not actually going to be a priest or a minister?
Oh, God, no. But I'm studying Catholic theology because I'm a Catholic, and so we have to learn these sort of things. If the priest talks, they automatically get excommunicated, and the only way they'd be allowed back in is if they talk to the Pope. It's called lede senate, excommunication, and so you get thrown out automatically. No matter what, somebody tells you I just killed, 20 people, and you go to the
Are
cops.
you telling me the Pope ain't going to back this guy up?
I don't know. I don't think it happens very often because the priests don't talk. They take it really seriously. The seal, because they're there.
Well, I mean, obviously, I don't think a lot of major criminals go in there and confess.
Sure. The Joker is not sitting in there next to the Father.
You got that kid going, I said bad things to my parents. I didn't clean my room. The priest going, yep. Go ahead. Give me 8 Hail Marys. And clean the rectory up, would you? I'm living like an animal in there. All right, so you're saying they can't?
No, they can, but if they do, they're tossed out.
I don't think so. When's the last time you...
really extreme for someone who's stopping a rapist.
And I'm willing to say,
because,
Mark...
there's a whole big thing about you there. They're not
Mark.
there as a priest or there as
All right,
Jesus.
Mark, listen.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet not one time has a priest ever been thrown out of the Catholic Church for turning in a murderer or a rapist.
I don't think it happens real often.
Ever. I'm saying ever.
I don't know.
It seems ridiculous to punish the priest who stopped the killer.
Who swallowed the fly. And I don't know why he swallowed the fly.
He'll probably die.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Okay.
All right, here's Samantha, Fizzy. Samantha, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Samantha.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, hon?
Good. I'm an attorney, and I just had
Wait a minute, excuse me. I thought you said you were an attorney.
I am.
You sound just like a woman.
Both. Isn't that scary?
Maybe.
No, you mean you're a stenographer.
Right, yeah, recorder.
Ooh, you guys are being nasty, huh?
No, we're not. So go ahead.
You're paralegal?
Are you going to tell... No, she can walk.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
good.
Went to law school and everything.
All right, so tell us how this works, Samantha.
The way it works is, what you guys seem to be talking about is whether the church will penalize the priest for telling. The truth is that they have an obligation, therapists as well, lawyers as well, anybody who knows of a crime that's about to be committed, they have an obligation to inform the authorities.
That includes a priest?
Yeah, I believe it includes a priest. What the church does with them afterwards, I don't know. But legally, they are supposed to tell when they know that someone comes in and says, tomorrow I'm going to go kill so-and-so. They're supposed to notify the authorities.
Really? They have to?
Well, I mean, there's nobody there. I mean, it's kind of like it's a legal theory. I mean, unless there's someone there who knows that confession's been made, there's no way to enforce it.
Now, the same way with a shrink?
Definitely with a shrink, yeah.
All right, so if you are doing anything along these lines, any of the kind of things that we're talking about, abusing, raping, child abuse, anytime you tell anybody, you're basically confessing, like it was through the court.
Depends on how you do it. If you do it in the past tense, then they don't have any obligation to say anything, and they really legally can't say anything.
Okay.
But if you tell your therapist that tomorrow you're going to go out and kill your mother, she's supposed to report that.
She's got a call, right.
All right, Samantha, let me ask you this. You got a priest or a therapist. Let's stick with priest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone goes in, confesses, tomorrow I'm killing someone.
Right.
The priest doesn't do anything about it. A murder's committed. Can the priest be arrested as an accomplice for knowing?
No, I don't think the priest could be arrested. But I think that the authorities could try to compel his statement if they believe a confession was made. I don't know that it's ever been done. But the theory is that when you know a crime's about to be committed, you are supposed to give that information to the authorities.
And can you sue a priest who talks?
I believe the person whose privilege was violated probably could sue the priest when they talk.
And then take the Catholic Church. I mean, you're suing, mega bucks there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fez,
Not an individual
Yeah.
poverty priest.
But believe me, Fez, you think you're going to get away with that? No. Believe
I
me,
would
you'll
think
pay
so.
for it in the hereafter. All right, thank you, Samantha.
Sure,
so
thanks,
she's
guys.
saying that as long as, if you say, I am going to rape, I am going to kill, you say to a priest, legally he has to turn you in.
Right. That's what she's saying.
As long as it's in the future tense.
Uh-huh. That if it's past tense, I killed, oh well.
All right, here's Frank. Frank, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Ron Fez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen. My name is Father Frank. I'm over in St. Bridget's in Brooklyn.
Uh-huh.
I am a Catholic priest. And I have to tell you, under no circumstances are you to divulge anything that's said to you in a confessional, even if the person who does the confessing tells you it's okay. This is part of the sacred rites that you take when you become a priest.
All right, let me ask you this, Father. Has anybody ever confessed to you at one time you thought, man, I feel like I need to stop this guy?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been shocked a couple of times.
Yeah.
Okay. But business, I'm in the forgiveness business.
Right.
Okay.
It's one thing to begin in the forgiveness business, okay? But it's another thing to know that some sick guy is hurting his little daughter and needs to be stopped.
And letting that continue.
To be honest with you, a person who's doing that, 9 times out of 10 would not confess that to a priest, to be honest with you.
Oh, is that right? See,
Yeah.
I don't know what they confess in there.
But if they do, it is my job to tell them, you must stop, you must leave the house, you must turn yourself in, then you do the 30 Hail Marys and the 15 Our Fathers.
Right.
Okay? But, and you try to counsel him. But me, as a priest, I cannot, under any circumstances, and I'm talking about even if I have to face jail time. If he goes into court and says, Father Frank, he knows, I confessed to him, and they ask me to testify, I cannot. Even if it means jail.
And he can be arrested.
Yeah, but they don't get.
Actually, yes, they have.
They have arrested a priest in this country?
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
Yes, there have been several cases. And the first thing they told us in seminary, you do not. And being, well, look at it this way. There have been martyrs who have given up their lives.
Right.
I am bound by faith, so I'll have to take the jail time.
Yeah.
So if you're in the jail time, what is that, for contempt? Like a reporter not divulging its source?
Contempt of court, obstruction of justice, whatever they want to come up with. But
Sure.
those are the two main ones.
Wow, I never knew that. I never knew they ever went after a priest on this.
Yes, there have been a couple of cases. In fact, I'm surprised the attorney, she didn't know about it because there have been cases.
Yeah, well, she kind of said the same thing, that you have to. I mean, legally you have to, but I guess that would be such a big stink to go after a priest.
Well,
right,
no,
that looks bad all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they have. And to be honest with you, I would look at it as an opportunity to counsel and try to turn around some criminals on the inside.
Ah, I see. Now, more importantly, Father Frank, Notre Dame going to turn around their football program? Because
I'm praying for that right now.
Yeah, Bob Davies out.
Yeah.
A couple of rosaries and a couple of novenas, and we'll see.
All right. Thank you so much for calling us, Father Frank.
God bless you both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father.
See, our show got a blessing.
That is nice. It feels better in here already.
I don't think it'll stick to you because you're a Lutheran.
It'll stick to me. I can be blessed.
You know, I don't even believe you had the guts to talk to Father Frank.
Why?
Is everybody on the show a Catholic except for Fez?
I believe so.
Joe Pooh is. Hawk, you are?
Hawk's a Catholic.
Billy Staples probably, is it? I know. Oh, he is?
Yeah,
Al
Billy
Dukes?
is.
Rory? What's Rory?
Roy's a Catholic.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm completely outnumbered.
Please, can I tell you something, Fez? It would only take one of us, one Catholic, and a boatload of Lutherans would be outnumbered.
What?
You sit there and you pray to, I guess it's Lex Luthor?
No, it's God.
Martin Luther King?
No, God. And I would imagine Al's probably the only one that's seen the inside of a church in 2 years.
Oh, no, that's not true, my friend.
Oh, yeah?
You know that about me. I just went and did my big confession.
How long does that take? I mean, how
For
long
me, it
does
took
it
a while.
last?
You know what he actually said to me?
What?
Because I had to do for this thing, for a family thing. He said, you're a little hard on yourself.
That's nice.
You're a little hard on yourself.
Well, that's cool.
877-692-1027 is the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez, 102.7 WNEW.
We're Ron and Fez, 877-692-1027.
Fezzy, what's today's date?
Today's date? Oh, my gosh, they're all starting to run together. How can you? Let's see. It is the 4th.
It does not feel like December 4th. Very, very warm day today.
No, it was very warm. My parents are in town. I'm taking them all around the city, of course, doing the shopping. And it's hot as hell. And now you're dragging packages behind you. And
it's warm out there.
It is. And Mother, it's her first time back to the city since the attacks. And so if she sees, no matter where she's at, if she sees, like, a building getting worked on or someone hauling away rocks or something,
right?
Even if it's nowhere near ground zero, she will stop and say, is that from the attacks? You know, someone's remodeling a building on 57th Street. Is that from the terrorist attacks?
Well, what are we, almost 3 months after the attacks? Last night I'm dreaming, and there's a plane hitting a building in my dreams.
Another one.
And I'm waking up, freaked out, and going, how long has it been now? And I'm still having these crazy dreams.
Now, when you have the dreams, is it like the big picture? Like you said, you see the plane hitting the building.
Right.
With me, it's like a more personal thing.
Well,
we're in the room together when the crap goes down.
Well, my thing is, I'm like down near the Trade Center, and I'm always looking up at it.
All right, so it's your point of view.
And but suddenly, you know, and of course I wasn't there that day, but I feel like I'm down there and I'm frozen. I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do? And I'm always seeing that big slow motion plane, and, you know, I wake up, like, right away. And I've had this dream, I don't know, 10 times, 12 times, 20 times, I don't know.
Golly, and that's awful, because you're seeing the mass destruction. In mine, it's just us getting hurt. Individuals.
It's like the plane hits the studio?
Yeah, and like we can see, you know, the building coming in on us. I don't see a whole skyline getting destroyed.
Right.
Just the room.
But you and I are there? I mean, everybody from the show?
Everybody from the show. It's always with the show folk. At least I'm never alone in these things.
Do me a favor. Keep me out of your freaky dreams. I got enough of my own. I can't live like this. Well, you would think, you know, I'd be done with those dreams by now. And you. 3 months is a long time. Not getting any better.
No, it's just, it's embedded in there.
All right, Billy's waving at me. Billy Staples.
Staples, now!
What are you waving at me for?
Waving through the window.
I had a very strange dream the other night.
Yeah.
All right, what did you have, bro?
Well, it was very strange. It was the second time that my dad died when I was very young. And it was the second time he actually appeared to me in a dream, speaking to me.
Really?
Yeah, and it was...
Now, you were old enough when your dad died to remember him very well.
I was 11.
Okay, so sure, you had a good relationship with him.
Oh, yeah, I do have memories of him, but I forget exactly where I was at the time. But I remember all of a sudden, my father was laying prone, and he sat up into a half-sitting position and looked at me, and he was like...
He sat up?
He sat up.
Well, where was he at the time? Was he in the coffin, or...?
I cannot recall. I don't remember exactly, you know, where he was and stuff, but it was weird, because it was a different dream, and then it just came into this. And he just sat up immediately and goes, I've never been happier since I've died.
Really?
So he's dead in the dream.
Yeah.
So finally, after all these years, he's putting things together in the afterlife. Things are starting to click for him there.
I guess so. But he goes, I've never been happier. Death is not all. Death is good, you know. And he's saying, and I'm like, well, wait a second. I'm playing like, I feel like the little kid again. Well, what about me? I was like, you know, I said to him, I was 11 when you left me. That's very selfish. He goes,
did you know you were dreaming? You really thought you were talking to him? Or?
At the time, yeah.
So you're having this conversation. Oh, man.
All right, so you say, I was 11 when you died. What happened?
I'm going, that's very selfish that you're happy now, but you left me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it's just, I guess, and he goes, that's out of my control, but I just want you to know I've never been happier. And I was like,
wow.
Was that the extent of it?
Yeah.
Now, what's your belief system? You think he really visited you in a dream?
Believe it or not, I never really did, but when I went to see John Edwards that time, and he said to me, he goes, you may not get messages like he gets, but our dead relatives appear to us in ways that we never realize, that they just could come in a dream, a phone that rings for no reason, something that goes off like an alarm clock goes off all by itself for no reason.
All right, what do you mean a phone ring? Every time there's a hang-up on your house, you're supposed to believe that that person's calling you?
This is a fake hang-up, is it? This is a fake
Hello,
hang-up?
Grandma? I love you.
But
no, it's me, Fez. I had to grab some water.
He's calling me Grandma again. Hang on.
So, now what are you saying, Billy, that you got visited somewhere?
I believe it. I honestly do believe it. This is like a second time it had happened within the past year or two that I've gotten these a dream with my father.
So your dad's doing really good in heaven. That's a good thing to know.
It really is. It was pretty comforting.
Took him a while of really getting on his feet.
Right. But now he's established.
Yeah.
I never even realized it till just now, but it's been the only 2 contacts I've had with him have been after the John Edwards thing.
Again with the John Edwards. I see that he's opening up his John Edwards story.
Right.
Notice I haven't bet either time.
Uh-huh.
All right, Billy, John Edwards is this, what the hell is this? What would you even call it? A psychic?
I guess a medium or...
Oh, he's a large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he
was a medium when he first came on.
He communicates with the dead.
Now, what channel is he on?
I believe he's on 2 now.
All right.
He used to be on the Sci-Fi channel.
But he's moved into the main channels. And he comes on 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah.
And he yells at people whose family's dead. He'll just yell at them. Listen to me. Are you getting this? And people are going to know. Listen. He'll just make them feel bad about themselves. All right, so when did you go see him?
About 3 years ago. I did when he was on the Sci-Fi channel. I did the pilot with him. And
how did you get that gig?
Believe it or not, through the internet. They placed an ad on the internet. They were looking for people. They were still testing the show.
Were you in a chat room?
No, it was. I get these stupid emails of all casting things all the time.
Oh, I see.
Some are legit, some are not. This turned out to be legit.
Well, too legit to quit. All right, let me ask you this, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
You believe in the guy?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. From watching the show, if Fez and I know a psychic hustler, like they all are, it's not legit.
I didn't believe it going in, Ron.
Who'd you talk to? Your dad?
My dad came through. My belief is this, though, Ron. Even if they would have researched my whole family, a friend of mine came through who was my best friend for a while, who was a cop who got killed in a car accident.
All right, you're saying he came through. They'll go like this. Is there a P or a T you miss? And you go, Tom? And he goes, yes, that's it, Tom.
Right.
Why wouldn't he just say Tom's here? Why is it a P or a T?
I know why.
Why would a dead person go up and go, hi, it's R? No, I'm going to say to the guy, and I want to talk to Fez, I'm going to say, hey, it's Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Bennington.
And I'm going to know who Ron Bennington is.
Right.
They did come up with my dad's name. My name, not an initial.
First and last?
First.
What's your dad's name?
Don.
Oh, that's pretty good. But what do you say? Is there a Don? Did he already have the D first?
He goes, is there? No, not all.
No, they'll go like this. Is there a Don or an Alan or a Gertrude?
No.
They keep running off a list of names and initials.
I can tell you exactly what it was.
The law of averages makes you connect with somebody.
Right.
Out of the clear blue sky, he goes, I'm seeing a Dan, a Daniel, or a Don.
All right, there's 3 different names.
Very similar, though.
How do you figure that?
All begin with D.
All right, here I am, right? Hi, my name's Ron. No one's going to... There's a Rob or a Rick or a Ron in the room.
You know, I don't... Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to come back from the dead and say, oh, could you get a hold of Ronnie? My name is Fred or Fez or Frank.
Well, I guess it doesn't come through clear after all.
Is there a Fed? Is there a Fed? I go, oh, that must be Iris asking for him. All right, what exactly happened? Tell us the whole story.
With the
all right, how did it start? Yeah.
All right.
I think it started, I remember, it was just me and him, and he started...
And a camera.
Yeah, a couple of cameras, actually. And the details, there were a few things that he came up with that there's no way in heck that he could have known. Like something I said to my wife about not having kids. I mean, we came up with a joke that I tell her from time to time. It was like, how can we have kids? You can't even keep a plant alive for 6 months. He came up, there's a joke between you and your wife about the plants or something. I mean, that's freaky. My friend who died, who was a police officer, he goes, I see you above him, and there was something between you that was initials, and he died in a fiery explosion. I was his boss at HFC, and he was a police officer. He got killed in a car crash.
You start crying?
From work. Yeah, I did.
You still got the tape?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to bring it in.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Okay.
Hey, Dennis, you're on a Fez.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, Dennis.
I believe that I read in Time Magazine or Newsweek that this person plants people in the audience with microphones to overhear people's conversations that they have before the show starts.
Well, I don't know about this John Edwards,
about
but
my dad, this and that.
Yeah, I know.
This guy.
You know, here's the thing you got to remember. These people do this same gig all the time. All right, this is all they do. And when you show up, unlike if I started doing for Billy, he'd look at me. But Billy went there to talk to somebody and was well open to it. Now, how long did he talk to you, Billy? And how much made the TV?
About 20 minutes, 7 minutes of it made television.
And did anything come across that wasn't legit?
There are a couple things to this day I still don't understand. Like, the problem is afterwards you try to make sense of it because he says he kept seeing Wayne Newton coming through for me.
All right.
And you can look at it a couple of ways. Like my wife had said, maybe it's because now you're in the entertainment field. He's in entertainment. I didn't buy. But my friend, the cop who died, Glenn, I turned him on to drinking beer and Fig Newtons at the same time. I would always eat Fig Newtons when I drank beer, and I turned him on to it. He thought I was nuts at first, and then we used to do it all the time together.
I was going to make a Fig Newton joke, but that ended up being part of the actual story.
I was going to make a Nig Footen joke, and I shouldn't even do that anyway.
No.
White people are so scared of black people.
True.
All right. See, I want to see the tape, Billy.
Oh, no problem.
But I know a guy who works exactly, Fez and I have known him for years.
Yeah.
And does that same kind. There's an R, or there's an S, and here, notice this. He won't even say a father. There's a father figure, someone who you look up. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, and the guy will go, my uncle? Well, yes, that would be a father figure you do.
I will say this.
They leave the blanks vague enough.
But there were some very specifics that he came up with. He goes, I'm getting somebody with a lot of smoke around them, like a fireman.
That was a nature boy.
In upstate New York, and my uncle who passed away was a fireman up right above Buffalo.
And did he come see it too?
Yeah.
All right, who all came to see you? You said 2 people.
I know, it's getting crowded.
How many came to see you?
4.
Now, did you make TV with this?
Yeah.
All right, here's Mike. Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, Mikey?
Hi, Mike.
What's up, Ron and Fez? 2333. What's up, Billy? Yeah, I wanted to say that this is like hypnotism. This is what I believe in. If you, a hypnotist, they only work on you when you believe it. But if you don't want to believe it, it's not going to work. Just like the tarot cards. And I believe you, Billy. I believe in you. So that's all I had to say. See you guys. Thanks.
All right.
I will say this on the...
But, I don't know what his point was, but a hypnotist, someone who's performing in front of a crowd, they're only going to choose a certain type that they, are susceptible to hypnosis.
And I was never susceptible to that.
Well, that's not a bad thing. I mean...
No, it's not a bad thing, but like Ronnie said earlier, when you go in there and a guy that's been working with people that are open to trying to get a connection from the beyond, it's the same thing as working with someone who's susceptible to hypnosis.
Well, it was
They're looking for it.
It was one of the things I had wanted to do for years because, without getting more misty and stuff, when my dad died, I never got to say goodbye and stuff because I wasn't there. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to do this, to finally make some kind of contact. And I wanted to believe it was legit, and I walked in there very skeptical, but I left feeling very... like it really was legit. It did happen because it was just some stuff that came up that they did not.
Let me ask you this: nobody gave you a pre-interview question.
Nope. They only asked 3 questions of me before I went in. They just wanted to know
your father's name.
No, they wanted to know who I wanted to contact, when did he die, and.
All right, wait a minute. All right, so right away, you gave him your father's name.
No, I just said I wanted to contact my father. I didn't not give them his name.
Are you sure?
Look how defensive he is with us, Fez. How do you know it didn't come out?
I don't know.
All right, hold on. Oscar agrees with you, too. Most people agree with him here. Hey, Oscar, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys? Call holder 1798 here.
For one, I'm not a big fan of Billy. But I'll tell you this much. I've been to a medium one time, straight out as almost a joke, because I was going to bring a girlfriend over there, and she couldn't go. And for me, when I went, I had actual physical things happen to me. Like, as in, the room was starting to twist. I started feeling sick in my stomach, all kinds of stuff like that. Long story short, the medium could predict the past perfectly, but couldn't tell me jack about the future. Everything about the future was 100% wrong.
So far. Here's what I'm saying. I say that these people are trained, like basically a good car salesman, Fez, or any good salesman, to ask leading questions. A really good car salesman isn't going to ask you a question that he doesn't already know the answer of. Or a lawyer when he's got you on the stand.
I don't believe it. I mean, I think it's way above that. These guys, and this there was not a slick operator. You know?
It is. I see the guy on TV. He's a slick operator. He's looking at already a room full of people. Now, believe me, the difference between me and you and him is you and I would see a room full of people. He's studying each person to see whose eyes are moving, whose face looks like they want to be part of this, who's twitching, who's ready, and then he throws out that I've got a G, and then somebody, that person who raises their hand, that's the person most likely to say, please, I'm ready to work with you on this, even though if they don't know it's that way consciously.
Out of a crowd of people that are most likely pretty desperate to begin with.
Right.
But there are some specifics that you can't deny. And everything is not a generalization that he comes up with. Everything is not just, I'm seeing a letter beginning with a B.
All right, let me ask you this. Was there any specifics that didn't work out?
Yeah. There was some things that I cannot at this time explain.
Now you're ready to work for him.
It's only funny because it sounded like you're waiting for your powers to kick in, young Anakin.
No. Like even the Wayne Newton thing. I mean, it may mean
Wayne
something.
Newton.
The Wayne Newton
The
reference.
big Wayne Newton.
Here's Michael. Michael, you're on Fez.
Hey, Michael.
How you guys doing tonight, boys?
Good, Michael. Go ahead.
Well, I gotta know. I just tuned in, so I'm sorry if I'm missing half the story. But Ronnie, it doesn't sound like you're buying any of it, and the way you're talking about this guy Edwards, it almost sounds like you're ready to blame that guy. You're ready to give credentials to every priest the same way you give it to that idiot Baker or the televangelist. I mean, isn't it possible that some of these guys really do have some sort of a sight? There's got to be plenty of things out there that we just don't know about.
All right, let me see some of this stuff. Heckler just sent me a review by this guy. I guess that there's different places that try to debunk. But the base thing here, he can ask vague questions in a studio full of people. And I think that's the strongest thing about it. He's asking kind of leading questions. And what they look for in that kind of thing is that there's plenty of room for him to move. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Do you believe that somebody who's having stress problems or I'll even go so far as some sort of a mental disorder can benefit from like a social worker or a psychologist or even a shrink?
Yes.
Okay. When you go, and I'm not saying you, of course, because everyone knows you're the most square-away guy out there, but let's say you go to a psychologist. Aren't the questions they're going to ask you leading insofar as to get you to realize what they're saying or to bring you to that point? Isn't it possible it's the same question?
Yes. If you're asking me if it's possible for me to be hustled, yes, I've left, car lots without the car I exactly wanted. And left there feeling like, this is a good idea until the next day. I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing? Yes, it's easy. I can be hustled. No. But if somebody says, I sense an older man in your life, a father figure, you're going to start thinking, my teacher? You're going to try.
Sure.
What my point is, these guys set you up, so you're trying to solve the problem for them. And you know what? I'll agree with you, Michael. I've seen only a little bit of the show, but I've seen people crying and holding themselves. Some of them seem to be happy. Somebody who lost, a child. I'm not going to sit there and scream this is a fake in front of them. I feel sorry for them.
I agree with you, but I mean, what was just said? You asked Jabir there. How long did you talk to him? 20 minutes. How long did it make the air? 7. I mean, you guys know the radio and TV. How much of what actually transpires actually makes it
Well,
the show and what makes it to the editing room floor.
Well, here on the radio, 100% does. But also the big difference is, let's say if I'm watching the Tonight Show and they cut out a couple of jokes, that's not to me as devastating or tell me as much about Leno, because he's saying I'm in show business. This guy acts like he speaks to the dead.
And he does.
And nobody goes to Jay Leno and pays him for private sessions.
No, you're absolutely right. My only concern, my only issue with it is that there's so many things in this world that the media, and when I talk about the media, I'm not talking about people that tell the true story like you guys do. You know, you guys are always straight ahead, but so much in the entertainment industry, they take real life, or they take things and they convolute it, or they metamorphosize it, or they turn it into something that becomes a show, that becomes entertaining, but it almost makes it appear, you know, like you're saying, larger than real, or it couldn't be that.
All right, yeah, I agree. But if we're going to watch, who's the guy who put himself in the block of ice?
Oh, yeah, it was David Blaine.
All right, David Blaine, you know, we all debated, hey, is this real? Is this not real? Nobody got hurt with that situation no matter what. Whether it was easy or hard to do, whether it was a trick or a magic trick or whatever. You know, you can say that about any magician. Who's it really hurting? It costs you the price of your tickets. But when you're showing up there to see a dead relative, and I hate to say it, you're not that bright. I don't want to say Billy, but, you know, he's not that bright.
I know.
You're slow.
But here's the thing, Ronnie. You are not right, and you guys are smart enough to know that you have to take that guy with a grain of salt. Frankly, anybody that's willing to show up at a TV studio and sit there and think with 100% certainty that this guy is gonna channel my dead relatives to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. They got what they got coming to them.
But I didn't think that going in. I didn't feel that way till after I left.
You know, Billy, when you came in and told the story of the dream with your father, I thought very spiritual. I completely believe that your father contacted you. That you were talking to him. But then you really pollute it with this Kreskin Jr. syndicated TV show.
I think it's really two separate issues, though, Fez. I mean, yeah, did my dad come through to me? Yeah. I mean, do I believe it more because of the John Edwards thing? I do, honestly.
The John Edwards. He gets us into the John Edwards thing every 5 minutes. The only time I like John Edwards is when he did that song, Sunshine. Then I thought he was at the top of his game, Fezzy. All right, here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Joe.
Boys.
Hey, buddy.
Big ass 10659 here. Hey, one of my friends had given me this number of this psychic who does readings over the phone. She's out in California. And I went up, and it's like about an hour that she's on the phone with you, and she goes through this whole thing. And when I got off the phone, I had this great Billy Staples feeling where, you know, everything was great. And,
right.
And I had all this great information. And then a week later, she sends me a tape of our conversation. So I get to listen to it. And as I'm sitting there listening to it, I'm like, she is totally off on everything. And it was just because when I was sitting there, I wanted to believe it. And I wanted to believe that I was getting my $50 worth. That that I was believing everything that she was saying and thought that it was so relevant.
Do you think the same thing would happen to you, Billy, if you watched your videotape again?
Oh, I have watched it a number of times, and my opinion hasn't changed at all.
And nothing, let me ask, not about your opinion. We know your opinion is not going to change. Mm-hmm. But any of the facts change that you were nodding or agreeing along to, or the way they presented it on TV?
I wasn't pleased about the way they edited it together.
All right, go ahead and tell us about
Because the way they edited it together was a lot of the stuff was out of context, which only I and my wife would know, because we were the only ones who got to see the whole thing.
Okay.
So it was juiced up a little bit.
What do you mean juiced up?
To make it look like it was better than it was.
More dramatic? Is that what you're saying?
More dramatic, more contact with the spiritual world, you know.
Did they mix up any of the people that you would contact that made it all seem like?
Yeah, they did that. Whether they did that intentionally or by mistake, I'm not sure. But there were mistakes that, I mean, the interpretation I got from the actual reading and then from the edited version. And I asked for them for the original, and they said I couldn't get it, and that really ticked me off a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think you couldn't get it?
Because it's going to air again. I guess it's on a TV program. They wouldn't give it out.
That's not the thing. Because you could go on another program and say, oh, he was great then, and say, here is what happened, here's the way they edited. Billy, if the guy was really doing this, you think he would need a slick editing technique?
I'm sure he doesn't do his own editing. It's just the production people, when they get involved in it and they put it together.
Guy, you know, it's when you go to see him, you're dealing with a company.
It doesn't. Yeah, I didn't like the editing, but it doesn't change my, what happened, and that doesn't explain the things that he came up with. I want you to understand something. If the guy could do what you're saying he could do, why would he need this slick editing and fake things that didn't happen? Well, it's TV. You only got 20 minutes. You got 7 minutes to put in the 20-minute bit, and they want to make it look better than it is. When the suits get involved,
why not just for 7 minutes? Here it is, and if he was that good, it would come off that way.
Oh, like I said, it's probably production people who did that, not necessarily him.
When you're watching 7 minutes of Letterman, you're getting 7 minutes. Saturday Night Live.
So you got contacted by 2 people. And when they edited it, it makes it look like you were contacted by 1? Is that what they focused on? Is that what you're saying?
No, what happened is when I was contacted by about 4 people.
Oh, my gosh.
And that I recall now. It's been a while since I watched it. And they made it seem like, even though my dad did come through, some of the things that other people were saying were...
they were counting that to your dad?
Yeah.
Fake!
See?
Fake!
I mean, that's something.
That's bad.
That doesn't have to be done if it's real.
So if I'm watching, I go, oh, man, him and his dad are talking. In the meantime, he's finding other names that mean stuff to you.
Yeah, but the thing is, it did happen.
Misleading desperate people out that are watching the show.
That may be, when it comes to the editing portion, I do not agree with what they did. I was very upset with that. But it still doesn't change the facts of the information that did come through. That cannot be explained by editing. It doesn't, all the creative editing in the world. I never met John Edward before I walked into the room for the session. I mean, there wasn't any pre-interview stuff.
We'll come back to this. 877-692-1027. It's Ron and Fez. Oh, God.
Ron and Fez.
You're scaring me. Stop it.
1027 WNEW.
We're Ron and Fez. Billy Staples in the studio tonight. Just singing the praises of Jonathan Edwards. Psychic to the stars or whatever he is.
Billy, I'm glad you got whatever you got out of it, but I'm not buying it for a second. And to me, it seems like you're believing because you want to believe. But you're telling us a lot of things that, there was creative editing going on.
Yeah, there was. And it doesn't change what he told me and how I believe about it. Maybe do I want to believe it? You guys can say that, but I don't think that for 1 second.
What's the one thing that he told you that made you feel so good?
When did you say, this is legit?
When he came up with my daughter's name.
How did he say it?
He just came out and said Christy.
In what context?
Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember the exact context because there's a girl, obviously, with that name. But I don't remember. I'll bring in the tape because I don't want to say.
And what did he say something about her? He also sees the living. He can communicate with the living.
Weird. Are you sure he didn't say crispy and was ordering chicken?
No, I'm starving.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Christy.
Okay.
All right, here's the heckler. He wants to ask you a couple questions. Hey, Hack, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Phone again, my friend.
Listen, this whole thing is one of my pet peeves, these snake oil salesmen, these scam artists, and I'll tell you how they do it. It's all statistical. What they do is these people know the most common first names. They know diseases, what percentage of the population is affected by what disease. These people do their homework. And if you notice when they say a name, they say, I hear an M, an R, it's a G. It's 50-50.
Right.
You get a hit on something.
It was nothing like that at all, Heck.
And what happens is...
But it's not like we never see this show on TV.
No, I study these guys, and if you go to Amazing Randy, Dr. James Randy, he's a debunker.
Seen it, yeah, I've seen
debunker.
Yeah.
And he offered millions of dollars to any of these psychics if they can prove to him that it's real. And not one of them has come forward yet for $3 million.
Well, how can you prove something's real?
People who are mourning and grieving, like yourself. You said you have guilt about not saying goodbye to your dad. You feel bad.
It was 32 years ago, Heck. I'm still not grieving.
You just feel like you want to believe it. But you can take anybody in the world. I saw John Stossel had a special on this, and they had a lady who said she can do astrological charts and tell what kind of person you were. She did a chart and that they submitted at ABC News, and she said, oh, this person is a wonderful person, giving, loving. It was for a serial killer. Just to debunk this whole thing, they can take anything, and as long as they know the statistics, they can look at an elderly black woman and assume that maybe a percentage of the population of black people have a higher risk of heart attack, and they can say, somebody recently had a heart attack, didn't they? Now, that's like a 60 to 40 or maybe 80 to 20 chance. So it's all statistics, and it just preys upon people when they're guilty, grieving, and it's disgusting. And I watch these guys, and I cringe, because it's just, like the Psychic Friends Network went bankrupt. Couldn't they see that coming?
Yeah, that's true.
It's just taking it, and when you watch the commercials for these phone lines, it always says entertainment purposes only, because they know. And it's just, to me, it's highway robbery. And Billy, like I said, I'm sure you loved your dad, and you probably have a lot of emotion about it. But sometimes I think, this is Hort King's specialty, but I think emotions get the best of people, and you want to believe it. And
heck, you can't be comparing Miss Cleo to what John Edwards does, for God's sake.
But it's all vague.
Why not? How is one different than the other? They both say they read the future.
And they're both on TV, and they both take people's money.
I want to debunk Heckler, because, again, there wasn't a big crowd of people there. There wasn't a big crowd of people. It was just me and him alone, so I didn't fit into a broad...
Did he ask you what letter your child's name began with?
No. The only questions, whenever he goes, I only want you to answer me yes or no. He did not ask me any
And how many no's
question.
were there?
None that I recall.
Because I've seen this guy, and he says, I see the letter R. Oh, wait, that's an M. And it's a T. And finally the person will say, on the third or fourth try,
Pete?
Yeah, it's a T. And then he'll say, okay. And in his mind, he knows popular surnames that begin with the letter T.
Oh, you're such a cynic.
No, it's...
that's the other way that you're going with it, Billy. That we're a cynic because it's not like we've never seen this guy's show.
For lack of a better word, there's a science to it.
Exactly, Fez. It's a science.
Right.
It has been debunked, and to me, it's just a total scam. I know a lot of people do it for fun. I have a lot of friends who say, let's get our horoscopes, or let's go to a reader.
Right.
But the thing is, I think that when you're suffering loss, grieving, and feeling depressed about
they had
a loved one.
You know that the network had to step in because he was going to do a Twin Towers week?
That's right.
Yeah, the USA Cable Network. Yeah.
Totally tasteless, and like I said, and if you're a Christian, this is blasphemy.
All right.
Wear wolves in sheep's clothing. So,
all right, thanks,
we won't go there. I'll just say that, just go to James Randi's website, RANDI, and he'll explain everything, because it just takes advantage of those who suffer, and it's disgraceful, guys. And Billy, like I said, I know you miss your dad and everything, and but sometimes it's just a matter of emotion over mind, and I don't want to put you down, buddy.
All right,
thanks, Heckler. And Heckler, sorry, here's your theme music.
Happy birthday, Frosty the Snowman.
He's got his own theme music. That's nice. Surprised that Joe doesn't give him a DVD. Hey, Scott, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hi, Scott.
I just want to say, I think, most of these people are full of it, but I definitely think that there's something to what John Edwards does. And, I went to, not John Edwards, but somebody, that's referred by him, I guess.
Herman Edwards.
I had a real good reading. I went in there, I didn't say anything. He knew nothing about me.
Uh-huh.
And my wife came through. My dad came through.
Really?
And,
Have anybody living, Scott?
Yeah, I do.
Bad luck schlep rock over here.
Really?
Yeah,
Wowzy woo-woo.
No, but, for my wife, she passed, 3 months after we got married.
Oh,
and,
I'm sorry.
She came through as a younger person's coming through, and, he said, I feel like I was here for the wedding, and then I left. And I mean that was pretty accurate.
So that was the wife deal.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all right. Whatever makes you feel good, my friend. Okay. Seriously, I wish you nothing but the best. Okay.
Yeah. No, I know, but I think there's a lot that there's so much that you don't know.
I understand.
You can't explain everything.
All right. Thanks a lot, Scott.
Okay.
Take care, Scott.
Fuzzy, I'm not here to make somebody feel worse. If this guy feels like his wife came through, she came through.
Mm-hmm.
You guys...
But Billy's our knucklehead, and we'll deal with him.
But don't you leave any avenue open for the unexplained between your... Don't you?
Yeah, I leave 7th Avenue open for that. I
that's
keep that
good.
open. Yeah. I figure it's right in the middle.
Broadway, right there at Times Square.
Right.
So that's really all you need.
So, I mean, there's nothing in the world that you guys actually think that there's no possible way that this is possible. Absolutely
Billy,
none.
I'm not doubting the existence of an afterlife.
Yeah.
Or the fact that you had a great conversation in the middle of a dream with your father. What we're talking about is a guy named Jonathan Edwards who goes on TV.
He looks like a carny.
In a crowded room, and like Heckler said, plays the law of averages and gets people to volunteer things to him.
And I haven't seen it
I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting the afterlife. I'm doubting Jonathan Edwards.
So in other words, I mean, honestly, Fez, and you think there's absolutely no way in heaven and earth that what this guy does is legitimate?
I've only seen him a couple times, and it looks like I've seen the gimmick before. I've seen it, and I think he's very, very skilled. I think the guy could probably make a lot of money selling whatever he wanted. And I don't mean that in a bad way. And, you know, people out there that are very skilled salesmen run this country.
If he's legitimate, that's fine, but he's not doing anything any differently than people that aren't legitimate.
All right, here's Melissa. Melissa, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, guys.
Hi, honey.
I watch his show all the time, and he gets too specific with certain nicknames of a dead husband or names of dogs that they had, how many dogs they had, or what type of dogs they had.
All right, listen to me. I want you to understand something. Mm-hmm. You're not watching a live program. Billy has already explained to us that they edit it to make it look like something other than what happened. You don't think that they do this throughout this show? Well, you don't think at one time the dog could have came up and then later he brings it up and it looks like he came out of nowhere with it? You can do anything with editing.
If you come up with a wacky name like Poofalumps or something.
Billy,
you know?
At the time, you said that you were talking about your uncle. They made it seem like your dad. You were talking about your friend. Mm-hmm. They made it seem like it was about your dad. That is a bait and switch.
But it doesn't change the fact that my dad's name did come up.
I just want to I want to establish that fact.
Okay.
Anybody that could do this, anybody who could really do this, would he need to fake the editing? No.
And the editing's done to get more people susceptible to it. Anyone who's watching.
See, I don't know if I blame John Edwards for that per se as much as I do the...
What do you mean per se?
I mean, because I don't think he's actually the one who's actually doing it. You know, TV, they'll try to cramp... What do you mean when you say per se? Why could you say, example, I don't know if I... but there's no example. He's the only one we're talking about. So you don't know if you blame John Edwards, for example. What is he an example of? He's the person we're talking about. I don't think John is the one who's in there actually doing the editing, saying, no, let's cut this here, put that there, let's make this look better.
No, but you don't think his partners are, his whole team?
I think it's more the network trying to get the best they can for their buck.
What network? It's a syndicated show.
CBS.
No, it's syndicated, yeah.
It's on Sci-Fi, and then it went to CBS.
Well, it's syndicated, and it's shown on Channel 2
they have
in this market.
And they have a production company.
Right.
And how
could he be so specific about everything? I'm not
what I just say
as I am with Sylvia Brown, you know. Like,
what I just... Melissa, here's the other thing. I'll never be able to convince you, right?
No.
I mean, is that true? Nothing I say could convince you, right?
No.
Okay, so why call? No, I'm only kidding. I'm glad that you called. But I'm saying, why act like we can have this conversation? We can't. You want to believe. And if it makes you feel better, believe it.
No, I don't totally believe it. But some things, I think he's really real about it.
But if you watch David Copperfield, he's on television, Tornado of Fire.
Right.
When the girl is there, the magician's assistant, and the big curtain goes up, the TV cameras aren't running around to the back of the curtain. They're showing you what they need you to see. And nothing more.
The big difference is we don't go, he really disappeared and came out in the back of the theater. You know it's a trick. You can enjoy it as a trick.
Another thing is, how come whenever they ask these people, how do they do it? They're always so vague on how they do it.
John's very specific what he says.
John.
They always say, I see.
Now they're friends.
My Johnny said something interesting to me.
And they always get letters. What is it, the dead people standing there like Vanna White holding up a letter?
No, the messages come from the dead, not in conversation like you and I are having right now.
But how?
They come in images.
So what, did that person's holding up a child or a block?
Yeah, and through the years, John Edwards has learned to interpret what those images mean.
Crossfire, you two want to knock it off? The McLaughlin Group is set up here.
We got to get our show back. We got to do a couple commercials. We'll come back. Again, you are not going to convince people that don't want to be convinced.
No, But be aware, Billy.
I can say the same thing. Be aware that it could be true. There could be contact with the dead.
I'm aware.
All right.
Okay.
I'm opening up my window for aliens.
Here's what I'm thinking. If there was contact from the dead, would you take money for it if you were given this gift?
I would.
And would you charge a lot more than, just what it needed to get by? I'm always acceptable whenever somebody stands to make a big profit out of any kind of spirituality.
Well, then he just did the Coliseum recently, where he tried to read as many people as he possibly could at once, because he doesn't have the time to do private sessions with everybody.
How can you read everybody at once?
In the Coliseum.
No, not everybody at once.
Everybody! I want you to realize your Uncle Bob is here. He loves you. And says Aunt Nellie is lost weight in heaven. Does that make sense? Now, section 405. Did someone with a T in your life die? I mean, or. I thought so.
The Coliseum, please.
Please, Billy.
877-692-1027.
Around a Fez.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW. 1027 WNEW. We are Sports Guys Blaine and Craig mornings. Ron and Mike middays. Opie and Anthony afternoons. Ron and Fez at night. We are 1027 WNEW.
Wow.
With the holidays right around the corner.
Sorry.
You want to look your best. So if you wear glasses, listen to this. White Cat Vision offers the best selection of big-name designer frames, all at discount prices.
Holiday sale contact lenses, sunglasses, and designer frames at the lowest prices of the year.
Giorgio Armani, originally $239, now just $30. Calvin Klein down from $249, and Fendi from $229, now just $30. Iceberg, Valentino, Kenneth Cole, and Gucci designer frames, now just $30. Lens purchase required.
Call White Cat Vision at 212-219-2300. 212-219-2300. It's voted a New York Magazine best store in New York.
3 convenient White Cat Vision locations to choose from the Upper East Side at 2nd and 77th, in Soho on Sullivan at Prince, or in the East Village at 14th and 5th.
For details, check out their ad, The Village Voice, or call 212-219-2300, 212-219-2300.
White Cat Vision for the absolute lowest price on designer frames.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW.
We're Ron and Fez on 1027 WNEW. About ready to wrap this one up.
I feel like The Walking Dead tonight anyway. He's, I'm looking over the instant feedback. About half go back and forth on this Jonathan Edwards, Fuzzy, which makes him huge. If you can get half the people, if you can get 10% of the people in this country to like you, why 90% hate you, you're as big as Michael Jackson.
Billy Staples, of course, had a Jonathan Edwards experience and is swearing by the experience that he had.
Here's PJ. PJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
PJ.
Hi.
What's up,
Ron
PJ?
and Fez.
Hey, what do you say, buddy?
Hey, have you guys ever seen David Blaine do his TV show before on the Learning Channel or whatever the channel is?
Sure. Yeah. Or on ABC, yeah.
Yeah, I was actually at a live taping of David Blaine, and he blew me away with the things that he does. And do you guys believe in any of the stuff that David Blaine does?
I believe David. He does tricks.
In the stuff that he does.
He does tricks. He doesn't make a big deal about that. You know that he's doing tricks.
Yeah, but some of the stuff he does stress. He has,
No, he doesn't stress that. And if he's doing it, it's just to make you believe the trick.
Well,
No guy who could really do that would also do card tricks. Some of them, occasionally, then I'll know how to do it from knowing magicians.
That's a good point. But
you know what I'm saying? Jesus didn't suddenly go pick a card when he was doing all the rest of his miracles.
Yeah, but what I mean is that you guys were saying if you really have like a talent, would you charge for it? If or would you collect money for your gift?
What I'm trying to say is that much, and you know it's true. No Messiah would be doing that, right?
Well,
Who else is going to be speaking? Who else is going to be speaking with the dead?
If you dedicate your whole life to doing something like this, I'm not sure if it's true or not, and I have no idea. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to dedicate your whole life to doing something, you need to be compensated for it because you don't have any other job. That's your only job.
All right, thanks, Peach. All right. I ain't say the guy can't make a living. Debunking Hicks. I say go for it. You separate Billy and his wallet anytime you want to. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John.
Hey.
Yeah.
Advice is from beyond. A message coming through. Do not go to a morning show. Fade away. You'll fade away if you go to midday. Right, it feels right to stay at night.
Wow, that's eerie. That is eerie.
Radio Shark.
Radio Shark. Is that the same guy from last night? Was that Radio Shark? Yeah, Billy's gone, I don't know.
I don't know. I only screen the calls. I don't hear any of these people.
Hey, Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Paul. Paul?
Yep.
Yeah, you're on Ron and Fez. What can we do for you, Paul?
Hard connection from heaven. I'm dead.
You're dead?
I've been dead for 5 years.
Yeah.
I can't get through to John Edward. I've been trying to get in touch with Susie, and it's easier to get through to you guys.
All right, we'll let him know. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
See you, buddy.
Mr. Edwards, Afterlife call on line 7.
Doesn't have prayer waiting.
Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony.
Anybody who thinks that anybody could talk to the dead has got a screw loose somewhere. But as far as contact, like being contacted by the dead, I believe in that stuff. Because I believe my father came back to me to see my daughter. Because she didn't see when she was born. And I took her to the cemetery, and she was her eyes were fixed right to the headstone. And walking away from it, she started waving goodbye to it and looking at it again as I'm walking away from it.
Ah, that's a sweet story.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
That's nice, Anthony.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. And I could have sworn I heard his echo in her newborn tears.
What was that song?
Mike and the Mechanics? The Living Years?
I can't get enough of that Mike and the Mechanics.
I got a kind of weird situation like that happens, too.
Yeah.
We got a little puppy dog.
Right.
And every time it goes to my grandma's house, my grandfather recently passed this year, it goes right to the chair where he would sit, and the dog never met my grandfather. Goes right to the chair and just stares at it. You actually have to drag the dog out of the room.
Dogs know.
Why?
I think animals see stuff.
Why are you dragging the dog out of the room? Because it's looking at a chair.
Here's what annoyed me. Dogs know. Look how ready you are to believe in Doggy the Wonder weirdo.
No, my dog sees stuff, I think.
Yeah, he sees stuff.
Yeah.
Spooked me out one
He
night.
sees you messing around with it in your bedroom and starts to sniff.
That ain't a tube of lipstick hanging out of there. I think that he hears you. I think he sees your grandpa in the living years, because I think that I can see I hear your grandfather in his newborn yelp.
I thought I heard his echo in your newborn puppy's tears.
It's the truth.
You shouldn't make fun of that song. That song makes you cry. It's a very good song.
You ought to cry. Made me cry, too, when I heard it. I didn't think it was ever going to end.
That's not it. What the hell are you people loading?
Hey, Rich. Rich, sit.
Get Wilma's up.
Rob.
Sit. Say, Rob.
Adam. Sit.
Adam.
Sit. Hey, Matt. Sit. Marty. Sit. Sit. Hey, Dan. Sit. Hey, Joe. It's time for us to say soup.
See ya.
See ya. We're turning into Sickasias, have you noticed that?
No.
Billy, did you want to tell your dad?
Dad.
That's so sad. Dogs know. I'll tell you, Joe. Dogs know. Don.
There you are correct, my friend. Dogs know.
They got what's known as a sixth sense. Junior, I'm running fast.
Yeah, it's a shame. I can only get through to say,
This goes out to Billy.
And Joe's dog.
And Grandpa.
Wash that chair. Maybe the dog will quit sniffing it.
This also goes out to Genesis. Mike doesn't need you.
Every generation blames the one before, and all of their frustration come beating on your door.
We don't have nearly enough time to get to the newborn tears part, do we?
Sure we do. We'll make it.
Hawk, we're staying on until we get to hear the newborn tears.
I just wish I could have told him.
Billy's tearing up. Now Billy's crying.
Great, Billy. You never told your dad. Is that our fault?
Billy knows.
Oh, he knows somebody's missing. He can tell. He can tell because his food's gone.
I'm just having a moment.
Still to conversations. I'm afraid that's all.
You ever see Billy just stare at that chair?
Constantly.
There it is.
He says it's perfect sense.
No, not yet.
I think it's at the end.
Yeah, after his daughter's born.
Yes. Right now he's still just arguing with his dad. His dad isn't even dead yet. That's how long this song is.
Jen, sit. Pat, sit. Sit. Omar, Jeff, Joe, and Anthony. Billy's crying like a baby.
Billy, you can listen as well as you hear.
And I am. The song says a lot. When you listen to the words, it really does say a lot.
It doesn't include the lyrics, get that dog away from the chair.
There's people driving off the road right now because of this song. Jeez, where's the baby part? That's the real sad part.
Maybe if you're nicer to your dad, Mike.
I got this song makes me cry almost as much as Field of Dreams does.
He couldn't be with his dad because he was touring with Genesis. That's why he didn't have time to tell his dad how much he loved him.
Apparently, it turns out the person he calls his dad is Peter Gabriel.
And next time you hear that baby crying, change him. Don't sit there going, is that my dad? It's not like you're on acid.
All right, I think it's coming up after this chorus here.
Hey, Chris, Eric, and also Chris.
Hey,
Here we go.
I wasn't there that morning.
Here we go. Hold on to your tears.
When my father passed away.
Me neither.
Didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say. Think I caught his spirit later that same year. I'm sure I heard his echo in my baby's newborn tears. I just wish I could have told him in the living years.
Did you hear his echo in Christie's newborn tears?
Or did you hear the echo in that last 2 cases of beers?
We're Ron and Fez back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right after Opie and Anthony.
Call your dad. Tell him you love him.
Fez. 102.7 WNEW.